Hello there, and welcome back to the Critical Misses channel. Last we left our coterie of wonderful vampires. They
Excuse
finally
you, kindred.
completed Kindred. Yes, excuse me. They finally completed the mission that they had set out to do some few days ago to find and return the cub Artreus to their Guru family. It has been some time since then, about a week, 7 or so days. And Fee, you step
What's up?
out of the elongated limousine and walk back into the Michigan Theater with your package in hand. And you see that the prince is waiting for you, and what you carry in the brown manila envelope. You've spent the last 9 days down in Portland, conversing with some Lasombran contact that the prince has to retrieve something that was lost by a friend. As the prince extends his hand, you slide the phone out of the manila envelope and into their hand. They turn it around and smile. Well done, child.
Thank you. I don't suppose I get any more info on what this is about now that it's done.
I think that you will learn soon enough. Very
Cool.
soon, in fact.
Cool. That's ominous.
Hmm. Well, how was your trip? I know
Um,
that Edgar can be a little prickly.
no, it's fun. Uh,
Hmm.
fun. It was nice to, stretch my legs, get out of, go to a different city every now and then. Need to change the surroundings up. It gets boring here. Not just here, everywhere. But
Hmm.
mostly boring. Um, yeah.
How
Well, did
attached
I?
are you to that Mercedes girl?
Why?
Just out of curiosity.
Um, she is very useful.
Hmm. I wonder why you've yet to make her a ghoul then.
This feels like a real 180 conversation wise. Um, no,
Does it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't get to leave without answering that, do I?
You can leave whenever you like. You know that my door is always open for you, Fee.
I thank you. Um, you know, things to think about, right?
Hmm. Off you go. She leans
Cool.
back.
I didn't miss anything while I was gone, did I?
I'm sure you'll be updated when you speak to your coterie.
Cool. Cool. Oh, I need a nap.
And then the camera pans to darkness. Flashes of fairly scrawny, freshly pale, very academic type with blood on the collar of their shirt, being dragged around by a large, tired, older man in a dusty suit. Another flash. Two people, one dressed like she's out of time, and another dressed like a student of some sort, conversing and looking toward a stage very excitedly. Then another flash, and a very serious looking woman standing next to an even more serious looking man, conversing with a Nosferatu gentleman clad in a white suit. That same academic person from earlier with a blade to the back of their neck. And then another flash, and there's a pier. And the serious woman breaks the neck of an unconscious person on the ground. And then an explosion. And all these different flashes come to you. And you see each of these 5 people, as you see many people, as meters of pale blue light and how much of their person it fills. The student, quite a bit. Maybe she's young. The professor, an interesting amount considering their actions. The club owner, more than you thought at first. And then a hand on your shoulder shakes you out of your meditation. Luna. Luna, darling.
Yes,
It's time to wake up.
I suppose.
We have much work to do. And he slides the charm out of your hand that allows you to extend your own sight and understanding of people's humanity past yourself. And he pockets it and says, anything interesting?
We'll see if it becomes of interest.
Understandable. And you see he opens the door and walks around to the other side of the car and opens the door for you. It's been a long drive, my child. But we've made it. Welcome to Detroit. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone who finds themselves inside and out of the spectrum, my name is Dee, and welcome to the season finale of Under a Pale Cold Sun, Lunar Eclipse. With me, I have a wonderful coterie of kindred, beginning with our resident guest, the lovely Kelsey. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really excited to be here.
Wonderful. And who are you playing this evening?
I will be playing Luna.
Amazing. And
more context to come.
Yes. Moving right along that clock, we have the return of our lovely Toreador. Rowan, how are you doing?
Oh, me? I'm doing great. Totally not worried about what Fee was up to last week. So the audience knows you have as much information as I do at this point, which is sweet. But hello, lovely people. I am Rowan. My pronouns are they, them. And tonight I will be embodying Fiorentino de Calza, our resident Toreador, who also goes by they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter as @redwhiterp. And, oh, we're in a weird position now. Okay, this way, down to the ever wonderful Alicia.
Me? Wonderful? That's questionable. But yes, I'm Alicia, or NNG9 on Twitter. I'll be playing Victoria Bistel, who is not concerned with this humanity as it is. They want to rule things, and she will do what she needs to do that. My character's pronouns are she, her. Moving on to the wonderful Ray, I believe.
It is, yeah, it's me. Hi. My name is Bo. I'll be playing Ray, the unpredictable one of the group, perhaps. Given that I predicted that I would, flirt with Noir last week and it didn't happen. And I'm not bitter about it at all. That's okay. We'll find other opportunities. I'm excited to be here. I'm super sleepy, but I'm excited to be here. And moving on to, I believe, guessing from memory, it is Darby.
Hello, I'm I'm Darby, and I'm playing Minerva Noctua. Hopefully, not for the last time tonight. Who knows? I'm very nervous. I guess up. Is it this way or the other way? Up to Anita. Panita.
Hi, that's me. I'm Anita, she, they pronouns, and today I am playing Genevieve Clark. Pronouns are also she, they. And yes, this is the channel. I'm the host, but Dee tonight is the host because that's what we do when it's Vampire the Masquerade. Dee, it's you!
All right. So, as I mentioned at the top of the show, it has been 7 days since Atreus has been reunited with his family proper. And we're going to bounce around and just check in on what you guys have been up to in those 7 days. And I'll interrupt as necessary. And let's start with, except for Fee, because we know where they've been, and Luna, because we know where they've been. So let's start with Genevieve.
Genevieve has been working with their sibling to perhaps solve a bit of a mystery that they were faced with, who staked their sire to the Spirit of Detroit statue.
And Kara has, after a couple of days of researching the site and interacting with some of the kindred who were on the lower ranks of the that were on the scene, what she's come back with is that it seems like it was the Guru. Why they would go after Ophelia is still a question mark. Perhaps they were just looking for a Malkavian and didn't think of it past then.
Could be my fault, I suppose.
How do you come to that conclusion?
I was on the phone with her before it happened, and I did tell her about the Guru child.
And that's it?
I don't know, honestly. It's a bit
I mean,
vexing.
Darling, I could tell you is self-flagellating, but that is a stretch and a half.
I mean, it was immediately after she used my actual name and not the nickname.
Well, that is definitely a sign that something was wrong, but the director has a proclivity to get herself into trouble. I don't think that it'd be your fault.
I don't know. Bit strange. Just curious, the timing. I don't like it. There's too many question marks.
Yes. Well, I will continue to investigate appropriately. Do you have anything in particular that you have planned for the rest of the evening?
Not really.
Wonderful. How familiar are you with kind movies?
I've caught a few of them throughout the years. Not, Mummy Dearest loves cinema. So
Yes,
more the
yes.
classics, I suppose.
Has she shown you what she told me was her favorite movie at the time?
No, I don't think she has.
It is called Interview with a Vampire, and
that would explain the Tom Cruise obsession.
it is absolutely absurd, and I think that you will enjoy it.
Well, then, I suppose I have nothing better to do.
Yes.
Get us drinks.
I also noticed that there are only film projectors
I know.
And I have a DVD, so
But
I will be
I'm
back.
sure if we she had a bit of an obsession with it. I'm sure she's got a film canister of it somewhere.
Well, I'll go look for that, and you work on those drinks. I haven't used the Blush of Life in so long. This will be exciting.
Sounds good.
And the two of you are left to your time. Most of the week is spent trading stories about the director and your lives. In the time that you have spent apart from each other. Kara reveals that, like she mentioned, she's a private investigator. She was married after being embraced. But the director apparently was right when she told her that she wouldn't be able to juggle it as well as she thinks she would.
She has that odd way of doing that.
Yes, it's so annoying.
I hate it when she has the inside scoop.
Yes.
But
And the camera will then pan away from the Justine Manor and slowly come to settle on what formerly was the home of Cassandra, where there is now two kindred living in the abode comfortably, with the considering the separate rooms that are available. Minerva and Ray, what have you guys been up to the last week?
So at some point, Ray would have woken up in, I guess, what we're calling professor mode as Professor Ray. And definitely would have noticed, unless Minerva did something about it before it happened, the dead body that was in the.
Minerva would have put the body away somewhere, thrown a sheet over it. Called Edwin.
Because Hedonist Ray wouldn't have done anything about it. They would have just left it. Yeah, I feel like it's a sequence of days of like, who's it going to be this time, and then dealing with that as it comes up. Whenever Professor Ray is there, they're probably going to be like drilling Minerva for, some kind of information, like more background information about what it means to be kindred society, what she can do versus, what she believes that Ray might be able to do. And then Hedonist Ray is probably just going to be, going around, probably the only one that's actually feeding, and just being an absolute shit.
I need to feed, like, real bad.
Yes.
Also, I need to talk to Charlie.
Do you tell Ray about what happened with Charlie?
I do not.
Okay. And what is the sequence of events and in the time that you take to deal with them? Meaning, which do you do first? This is the first night after the Guru incident. Your hunger is at level 3. Charlie has seen what Charlie has seen.
I would eat first and then go to Charlie's.
Okay.
Trying real hard not to eat Charlie.
Ray is not a bagger. And Cassandra did not leave any in the fridge. So how does Minerva acquire blood bags to feed from?
Would there still be blood bags in my old apartment?
Sure. You could go back to your old apartment. There's still a couple there.
Risky.
I have to talk to Charlie. He's there. flash of life, heightened senses to listen for.
Are you
heartbeats.
bringing Ray?
No.
Okay.
I'll tell Ray, hey, I left something that was tucked away in my apartment. I need to go grab it. I'll be back.
All right. So you make
Yeah,
your
whatever.
way back
Which
to
Ray is
the-
it? I'm talking to.
I mean, flip a coin. I think both
Yeah.
respond that way.
That sounded more like heatness, Ray, but who knows?
They throw a cigarette butt at you and continue throwing, any kind of cutlery they can at the wall to see if they make it stick. That's their answer.
You have to balance the knife from the center of gravity to throw it. I can get you throwing knives if you just. Anyways, right. Don't smoke. It's bad for the carpet.
And you make your way back to the apartment, and you see probably about 4 or so police cars parked outside, and a couple of police leading up the stairs.
I'll try to. Can I go up to a policeman?
Yeah. Say,
Hi.
excuse me, ma'am.
Is it something happening here? I live in the apartment, or one of the apartments.
Yeah, apparently there was a break-in. Somebody broke the lock. One of the next door neighbors called it in, and the lady hasn't been seen. Do you live in 2B?
Can I roll an insight check, please?
You can make
plan?
Make an insight plus witch check.
I wanted to make sure it wasn't like, oh, we found a dead body. It's Charlie. I'm so
Just,
nervous.
If you find the body, don't put your finger near its mouth. 'Cause it'll bite you.
Okay.
That's such a specific piece of advice.
That's a really specific piece of
Because
advice.
Charlie might bite your finger.
Charlie bit my finger.
Oh.
If I had the angle change, I would do it to you right now.
Give me
though.
1 second. I
More
just gotta
successes?
I gotta redeem a bane real quick.
No, I'll see myself out.
4 successes. The cop seems to be truthful. He seems a little suspicious that you're here and he's waiting for an answer to his question.
No, I live in on the higher floors.
Make a deception check.
Oh boy, fuck.
And that would be let's see here. Make that manipulation plus subterfuge.
So 2 dice.
You're gonna do great.
Both of which are hunger dice, correct?
That is correct, because your hunger is still a 3.
1 success.
All right. You see that he sort of squints and goes, "Okay, if you don't live in this apartment building, we can't let you go in here." So.
Oh no, I live in the apartment building. I just live on one of the upper floors. Is what I'm saying.
You see, he sort of like sighs and looks around and goes, "All right, I'll escort you up."
Okay. Cool. Let's get in the elevator.
Then he walks with you into the elevator. Yeah,
Are we the only 2 people in the elevator?
you are indeed.
I would love to use cloud memory.
All right.
No, I'm not
this
about to eat a
is-
police.
This is
Do it.
hold on,
No,
give
do
me
it.
1 second. The question is, does cloud memory require a rouse check?
That's what I was wondering.
It's a good question. I'm very nervous. I don't remember. Cloud memory. Oh, that's a dominate. Why did I go all the way to rituals? Why am I like this?
No, it
All
does
you have to do
not.
is go somewhere else.
It does not require a rouse check.
Okay.
Oh,
And this is
Lucky.
definitely an unprepared human, so the memory is clouded, and he sort of blinks for a second, looks around, looks
Forget
at you and
about
goes,
me.
looks at you and goes, "Ma'am," and steps out of the elevator,
Good day.
sort of looks around at the 4th floor, kind of confused.
I'm gonna go back to the 2nd floor.
All right.
Are there people there?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's
Love
you see that Miss Deborah is sort of peeking out of her door, fairly worried looking. You see that there is another police officer standing in front of the entrance to your apartment. You can see that there is someone wearing gloves, sort of looking around your apartment. It's a woman with short, cropped brown hair. And you see the door to Charlie's apartment is also open.
Can I text Charlie?
Sure. What would you like to text Charlie?
Hey, dude, what's up?
Holy shit. Where are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I just have to go to class.
What the hell happened last night?
Dude, I don't know, man. It's fucking wild. Some crazy guy broke into my apartment. I just didn't feel safe going back, so
Yeah, and then you melted through the floor.
I don't know what you mean.
Like you melted through the floor.
Dude, are you tripping?
No. Listen, some cops talked to me and wanted to know something, but I don't talk to cops because fuck cops. But you need to tell me what's going on. Are you an alien? Will you come on my stream if you're an alien?
Charlie, I'm not going on your stream. Yes, I'm an alien. I need you to keep it secret. I'm
Okay.
not.
Make a oh god. Make a manipulation and fucking make it a manipulation and an occult check.
A cult? Okay, cool.
3 of your dice are hunger die.
I hope you get a 1 on one of those hunger die.
Wait, I counted, right? Yeah, 5. Okay. Okay. 10, 5, 7, 6, 4. So 4 successes? No ones.
Okay. So with 4 successes, you manage to spew off some random MUFON researcher knowledge that you picked up back when you dated someone who was a conspiracy theorist. And Charlie goes, holy shit.
I need you to keep this secret. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be interacting with people. It has to stay quiet.
I totally understand it. This is why my deep well of charming insight didn't work on you, because you're not from this earth. But you know what? That's totally cool. Your secret is safe with me.
Thank you so much, Charlie. I'm gonna be not obviously. I can't. This alias is burned.
Oh
for
yeah,
me.
you totally got to disappear.
I'm. If you could, pet Miss Jackson's cat for me, that would be great. I thank you so much. I thank you for the wonderful memories and allowing me to live amongst your people for a little while.
Thank you for the experience. I appreciate that.
I wish the best for your Twitch stream, as you said. I've never quite understood your human practices, but I'm sure you are very talented.
I am. I'm definitely one of the best. I am one of the highest rated members of the affiliated program. And one day I'll hit affiliate.
One day, for sure. If my technology could interface with your human technology, I would give you all of the affiliates.
And you see that he sends a laugh that you can tell is condescending, and he goes, "Thanks, I appreciate that."
Farewell, Charlie the human. And that's it. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave the building. I'm gonna leave.
All right.
I'm just going to a black market and try to get some blood.
All right. So
You went through all that and didn't actually get the blood bags.
Yeah.
As you're exiting the building, you see the woman with the brown hair who walks out and is wearing this very tightly cropped leather jacket that has a badge on the front of it that says detective. And she walks out holding a blood bag and looks to the cop and goes, "So, probably need to find this Minerva girl, huh?" And you exit the apartment
Zooming.
and you head to a black market contact, which is easy enough to get from your sire or Genevieve, depending on who you'd like to ask. Either way, not very hard to get a hold of.
Probably Nymeria. Also telling Nymeria, don't go back to the apartment. Staying with one of my the baby. Cassandra's little boop bam.
All right. She somehow deciphers that jumble of text messages and gives you a location where you can go buy some blood. And you enter the city, not too far in, but you do go to this small computer shop that looks like it should probably be closed down. And you see in the back of this shop, sitting behind a virtual wall of monitors, you see this Nosferatu man who's wearing a white and gold tracksuit. Sort of looks up and goes, "Now you I recognize, but I don't think we've had the pleasure."
Yes. I am Minerva. Nice to meet you.
Lyman. And he shakes your hand. Says, "How can I help you, Minerva?"
I'm in need of a couple bags of vitae. Yeah.
You're a bagger. And he snaps his fingers twice, and you see
I got them baby teeth.
Sort of pale human woman sort of stick her head out and say, "How many did you need?"
I'm gonna be staying someplace for a while, so enough for maybe a week or so.
All right. And he retrieves for you 7 blood bags and then looks at you again and looks you up and down. "Yeah. You're looking kind of hungry for right now, though."
Yeah, I just that thought just did cross my mind. A couple extra, maybe on top of that.
All right.
Thank you.
And you're Nymeria's kid, right?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'll put it on her tab.
Oh, thank you. Cool.
And you receive well, it just looks like a small cooler almost to keep that you would buy at a grocery store to keep drinks in for a get together, and doesn't seem like the kind of thing that anyone would question a college kid about having. So
yeah, I'm going to a barbecue.
you hop back into your car and begin to make your way from there. Ray, in this time since Minerva has left, what are you up to?
Ray would have immediately been just so bored. Just absolutely, there's nothing to do in this place. Like, my corpse has disappeared, and I don't know where it went, and that was kind of fun for a bit. I'm gonna go out, I think. Yeah, I think out is a good idea.
All right. So you go out. What do you take with you? Or I suppose more specifically, do you take the tape recorder with you that you were given by the prince?
Yeah, I feel like it's not that Ray takes it with them, rather than it's been in the pocket and hasn't been used yet, and it's kind of just been there, you know?
Aye, Captain.
And yeah, they're just gonna go wander in, and they're gonna try and find a house with a green door.
All
that
right.
is their goal.
All right. Fairly quickly, you managed to find a house, probably 2 or so blocks away from Cassandra's, that has a green door.
Wow, that was really easy. Considering I've never thought green doors were that common.
Got a good percentile roll.
Hell yeah. All right. I am going to use my silence of death to make myself super quiet. I'm gonna sneak around the back and kind of try to peek in some windows and see if there's anyone home.
The interior is mostly dark. There is a car in the driveway.
Heightened senses to be able to see in the dark.
You flick your senses on, and you can see the inside almost in this infrared sort of predator sense that you have. As you look around, you see plates in the sink that were slightly warm.
Is there anyone? But do I see anyone? Like no people?
You do not. It appears that if someone is home, they are on the second floor.
Okay. Can I try the windows? See if any of them are open.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a dexterity plus larceny check.
You'd think I would have put... Wait, but I have stealth break-in. Can I use that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, phew. Because I was like...
so instead, use dexterity and your stealth and add an additional die since you have a specialty in breaking into places.
Okay, and my hunger, I believe, is still at 1. Yes.
Yes.
So that's 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Okay. Here we go. First roll. That's a crit. So 2, 3. And that's it. 3.
All right. With 3 successes, you manage to pretty effortlessly open the window and step in silently. It's a very stuffy home, very warm on the interior. Looks old school. There are pictures of very old pictures of children and their progression as they get older, and the same old man is in them throughout, progressively getting grayer and grayer in the hair.
I'm gonna take one of the pictures off the wall, and just kind of pull it out the back and put it back. Just full.
All right.
And I'm gonna be listening for a pulse.
You do hear a single pulse up the stairs, almost directly above you.
Does it sound like it is restful?
Very much so. It sounds like it is restful to the point of unconsciousness.
Perfect. I'm gonna sneak my way upstairs.
All right.
And go into the room wherever that body is.
It is indeed in the bedroom, and you see an old man, probably in 65 and definitely in the twilight years, sleeping with his back, the shoulders touching the bed, and just snoring lightly.
I wander around the room, look at stuff, open drawers, peek around.
You see a myriad of things. You see an oxygen machine in the corner. You see this large vanity mirror that has the drawers underneath it, which are filled with really just basic clothes from probably this person's youth for the most part. And you do see a 9mm pistol sitting in the underwear drawer.
Ooh. I'm going to take it. Yeah, I'm just going to take it, stick it in the back of my pants.
Okay.
And is there anything I can use to? You said it was a vanity, right? So like with a vanity, like with a mirror.
Yes, there is a vanity, so there's a large mirror.
Is there anything I can use to scratch the mirror?
Yes, you are able to find a pair of scissors.
Just a piece of a scissor.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to just very delicately scratch the word "hi there" into the mirror.
All right.
With a smiley face.
Wonderful.
It's like small. It's like that big. Like very. Yeah. You'd have to like sit, you know?
Right.
And then I'm gonna go over to this old man. Listening to his breathing, what's it sound like?
It sounds raspy, ragged almost, like there has been a lifetime of smoking behind each exhale.
Before I bite this old man, can I smell for tobacco around the house?
You do very strongly smell tobacco in a small, squarish leather box that is on the vanity.
Okay. Can I take it?
Yes. The peering inside briefly, you see that they are very fine, very expensive looking cigars.
Okay. I'm going to take the whole box.
Wonderful.
Or rather, I guess I'll mental note for when I leave. Take the box. Because it's kind of awkward to hold a box while biting someone. But do I smell anything else like around the house? Like, is there a hidden pack of cigarettes or something?
Not per se. You get this sense that this is the secret stash of someone who, since they're on oxygen, probably shouldn't even have this.
Okay. Yeah, I take that. And then I am going to, ever so quietly, bite this old man.
All right. So you begin to feed, and as you draw the vitae back down to your natural state of the sort of hunger that you can't quite surpass, I believe I know the answer, but I always like to ask. Do you train this person dry?
No.
All right. So you manage to relinquish your grasp on this person. You scoop up the leather chest containing the cigars and a black Zippo lighter. And
he
you make your
lights
way,
his cigars with a Zippo lighter?
apparently.
All right.
And you make your way out of the home?
Yes.
All right. With a new pistol and some nice cigars.
Is the pistol loaded?
You check it. It is not.
Perfect. All right. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep on strolling around, trying to find something to do. Probably wander my way into a nightclub and just dance and just use my enhanced senses to kind of just feel the room, just all of it.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
All right.
Oh, I just said that and I'm like, oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Just being around people.
And
listen, if Ray wants to go clubbing, just,
it's true.
You've been gone, Fee?
Since
Okay.
you've been gone, DMCA for the fur. Okay. So you Anita's gonna pull us off the air. Gonna hit the eject button. So is that how
You're experiencing technical difficulties.
Is that how you spend most of your 7 days? Things in that
Things
realm?
in that vein. Professor Ray would definitely be a little bit more pointed as to what they're doing. They've been leaving messages, for sure. So they would be leaving messages like asking about, what type of person this other Ray is, and are you
they've
those
been
kinds
doing
of things.
this through the tape recorder?
Yes.
Okay, so the first time you hit record on the tape recorder, what does the professor say?
I'm not going to do a full switch here.
Right, of course.
Yeah, I am partially anyway. This is unusual. Normally when I'm writing or speaking to myself in the recorder, it's for myself, which I suppose you are, Ray. Seems we're sharing this body for now. Who are you? And what do you want?
All right. And after you press the record button again to stop the recording, I will assume you do a brief playback to ensure that it recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear, "Well, unusual indeed. And I must confess, you've answered your own question. I'm Ray. I don't exactly know that we're as different as you think we are, but what I want is to enjoy the opportunities that I've been given. Something that you seem a bit reluctant to do."
Odd. Okay, I'm going to record. Do I record it over again? No, I'm going to keep recording from where it played.
Okay.
Well, that's unusual. I suppose my own self-control is for our safety. And if you don't want to be careful, then I will have to be for the both of us. Also, please stop smoking. It's absolutely terrible. And with our new senses, it smells even worse.
All right. And you press play, and the first thing you hear is the sound of a lighter flicking inside. I'm sorry, but the fun thing about us being separate is that you are not technically in charge of me. I mean, really, no one is. The prince thinks that they are, and maybe they are for now, but who knows? We are something different, something else now. I don't know if we need to be careful anymore.
Yeah, definitely gonna pause record again. No. We do need to be careful because there's all sorts of weird things going on that both of us don't understand. And while still recording, I'm gonna look around. And has time passed? More than what I would expect.
The appropriate amount.
Okay, just checking a theory. There are things both of us don't understand, and while you seem to have a knack for this, I worry that you are going to get us both in trouble. That you're going to do something that's going to get me killed again.
And as you press play, you hear, "Well, what's wrong with a little trouble now and then? And to be fair, we have already died before, and it wasn't that bad. We came out fine on the other side of it that time. But I guess you're right. I won't do anything too dangerous. But I'm not going to not have my fun. Because there's so much to be had.
Ray. Have you killed anyone?
Not that I can remember. Not yet, anyway. Have you?
No, have not. Please don't. We can be better than these others. We don't have to kill.
That sounds like an interesting challenge. Because that other voice, the third voice, I'm sure you've heard it, at least. The beast, the hunger. Well, that one doesn't want to do anything but kill people.
Yes, but I suppose with the two of us combined, we can hold it back, right?
I'd be interested to try.
We can end it there.
All right. So over the next 7 days, you do understand now that the tape recorder, or at the very least, the record button, allows you to send a message to whichever Ray is not in the commander's chair, we'll say, and the play button allows them to respond. You have yet to touch the stop button, the fast forward button, the rewind button, or the eject button.
I've rewinded to replay, right?
It's been record and then play.
Oh. Well, I haven't thought of that, so I guess that'll be, a surprise for another time.
Indeed.
And it's definitely my choice is definitely not informed by a co-host, perhaps, that is, freaking out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Character choice.
The camera then pans out over to the very dark-skinned Middle Eastern man who wears a very finely pressed, crushed velvet purple suit that extends a hand to Luna and says, "Welcome to Detroit. Hopefully your meditation served you well. Luna, darling." And he sort of waves his hand.
What was that? Sorry.
I said, hopefully your meditation served you well. Clearly you were deeply inside of it.
Yes, it happens sometimes.
So, have you ever been to Detroit before?
Plenty, actually. And while we're here, I would love to visit my old dance studio if I get the chance.
Of course. Anywhere you would like to go. I do need to touch base with the rest of our cell. Try and find out where exactly they are. So feel free to explore the city as you see fit. You have my pager number if you need anything. And yes, may the rebirthed find you. And he sort of taps your shoulder and makes his way deeper into the city. And you're there for about 7 days before he contacts you next. So what does Luna do around the city of Detroit?
First, I want to visit the library.
All right. And as you step into the library, the interior is mostly dark. You see that an older woman, sort of freckles splashed across the face, slightly graying red hair, sort of looks up and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey, we're closing in 30 minutes."
Oh, don't worry. I won't be long. And I want to move to the back and find my way to the apartment upstairs that I've stayed in the past.
So you slip through the fire escape that you know is not properly alarmed, and you step into the smallish apartment, and describe what it looks like on the interior.
Nothing super flashy. It's a very commonplace kind of decorated. There's picture frames of people from a past life. I kind of run my fingers over them and glance at them. And I walk into the area that's closed off with no windows where the bed is, and I want to take a look around from there and see if there's anything that's been left there that I didn't leave last time.
You do see a small folded piece of paper that is in the center of the bed. You sort of flip it open. It's familiar handwriting. And it says, "Wondering when you'll come back. I'll probably be gone by then. So hi and bye." And it says Solaris on the bottom.
I'm going to hold the paper closed in my hands and take a breath. And then I'm going to tuck it into a pocket of what I'm wearing. And I'm going to leave again.
All right. So you exit, and as you make your way out of the library in particular, where do you go next?
I am going to go to the dance studio that I mentioned, where I used to know a guy who would let me in after hours, but I'm curious to see if that person is still there.
As you're sweeping the floor, you don't recognize the person who's there. It's a very, very pretty young woman, sort of mocha-colored skin, long black hair. She looks up and says, sorry, we are closed."
That's all right. I suppose I will just come back another night.
We're usually open in the morning.
Okay. Is there anyone else that usually works at nights, or is it just you here?
They've taken over since Irving retired. But since then, not many people come visit, especially not this late. Did you know Irving?
Once upon a time. Is there any chance I could convince you to let me come practice here after hours sometime?
And she sort of looks around and goes, what the hell? Why not? Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. How's tonight?
And she sort of looks at you, just this aura of beauty almost comes off you in waves as you flash a very particular smile. And she says, sure. And she unlocks the door for you and allows you to go in and follows behind.
All right. I'm gonna, I assume there's like a CD player sound system type of thing somewhere in the room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn on just a piano sonata that I'm familiar with, and I'm gonna start stretching and warming up and start just doing dancey things.
All right. As you sort of feel the calmness wash over you through your dance, dancing is actually one of the ways that you originally taught your particular discipline, as it allowed you to flush all thoughts out of your mind and simply move. And out of the corner of your eye, you see that the person who has let you in has a very low humanity to them.
Mm.
And you twirl, and I need you to make me a wits and awareness check.
Oops. Um, 6 or above is success, right?
Correct.
So 2 successes and no ones.
All right. And ones are only on important on whatever die you designate to be your hunger die.
Yeah.
So as you twirl, you see briefly a fairly familiar skin tone and a wrinkled hand that is just limp and hanging out of a trash can nearby. And the lady says, "So interesting for someone so young to be out so late."
Could point out the same for yourself.
Well, I am working, aren't I?
Does it look like I'm not working?
I suppose it might to someone who doesn't know what your job is.
I suppose. I'm gonna keep going about my routine for the moment.
She crosses her arms and says, "Why have the children of Osiris come to Detroit?"
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. And the music draws to a close, and I'm gonna, not too hurriedly, just compose myself and leave.
"I'll be seeing you soon, Lunar." That's the door behind you. And then the camera pans out and across the Detroit skyline and over to the King Manor. Victoria, you have 7 days. But as with most of your days, those days tend not to be your own. You are asked to attend no less than 5 separate meetings with Lyman across those 7 days. You can decide how many you actually show up to. And outside of that, how do you spend most of your time?
Just making a quick note. Outside of that, she's gonna one of the days. I think perhaps after the whatever the last meeting with Lyman is, she's going to call Jackson for a meeting in person.
And he would certainly acquiesce and say, "Yes."
Jackson, I need to ask you something. Somewhat of a courtesy. Where is my sibling?
He squints at you and says, "I thought you were an only child."
So did I. Are we both surprised by this?
And how did you find out this information that I can neither confirm nor deny?
No, well, if it's not true, why would you need to know how I know?
Because I would like to know who's spreading rumors that could get my head removed.
Yes, it could indeed get your head removed. And yet I ask you instead. So Jackson, where is my sibling?
Paris, if you must know.
That was not so hard.
So now that you've gotten to ask a question, mine still remains. Who?
That depends on the day we talk about.
Victoria.
I need some assurances, Jackson. As I said, I will have the decency to stab you in your front. So I ask the same before I answer your question.
Why would I want to kill someone who could easily become my second in command? I haven't spoken to Sonia in upwards of 30 years. She was a failed experiment, not cut out for what you can do.
Sonia?
That's her name.
Really?
Am I detecting a hint of jealousy, Miss Beaster?
No, not jealousy. Amusement, more like. Because
You find it
see,
amusing.
because just so, like, out of character, I thought the name Victoria was given was Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, making sure. Okay, back in code. Because you see, these siblings that may or may not exist. That is not the name I was given.
And your point is?
Then I'm very curious as to who actually called me a week ago.
Well, I would be able to inform you more heavily if I knew how reliable where you were getting this information is.
You need to update your security. Lyman is aware of everything you are doing.
Of course he is. That rat fuck. That's fine. That's fine. I have something in store for Lyman. And you see he picks up his phone and begins flipping through it. And he looks up, almost as though he's forgotten that you're there, and says, Martin is not actually kindred. Martin's a ghoul. Martin pretends to be kindred because you never know when someone, and you see he breaks his phone in his hand, is going to tamper with these blasted devices and find out something they have no business knowing. Martin is the decoy. And he sits back and pulls another phone out of the desk of his, out of the drawer of his desk, and begins tapping on it.
I'm glad we can continue to do business together then. And she would lay out all the meetings she's had with Lyman, essentially, because, like, she's picked at this point.
And Jackson sort of nods and goes, interesting. You should continue to meet with him. How familiar, Victoria, are you with the concept of diablerie?
I am listening.
Well, I appreciate the trust that has been given here. And if you want power, Miss Beaster, I think it's time I finally gave you some. And he pulls out a chessboard, sets up the black and white pieces. Shall we?
Fair warning. A pawn can become anything, Jackson. Just remember.
Anything except the king. And the camera begins to pan outwards until on the 6th night of this week-long excursion, Luna, you are texted 5 phone numbers and an address that is informing you to tell those people to meet you there.
Can I ask what the address is?
The address is to an empty warehouse on the side of town. The person who texted you these phone numbers was your sire, Oswin.
So I'm definitely going to text these numbers. I'm just trying to think of what to say. I'm just gonna text them each individually, not as a big group text. We're not trying to hit reply all here. And it's gonna say, meet me at the address at the specified time, and period, and then the night awaits, period, and then send it. It's the exact same for all of them.
All right.
Who are you?
Whomst? Charlie, this isn't funny.
New phone, who dis?
But
But not really.
Victoria did give you all burner phones.
Oh, you're right. And do our burner phones get texted, or like our phones?
It would be your main phones
All
if
right.
you have not gotten rid of them.
Ray
I
would
will
immediately try to FaceTime Luna. Or
Pick up.
whatever brand we're using. You don't pick up, or you do?
I'm gonna pick up.
Hi, who are you?
Ray!
I would love for you to find out at that time. And then I'm just gonna hang up again.
And Ray, in that moment, you see the gorgeous form of someone who is beautiful to a supernatural point, with dark blue hair. Well, I guess I could do a description. They look like Kelsey does currently, but the skin is
Supernaturally beautiful.
the
of
skin
course.
is paler to a point where it almost reminds you of the moon. It is almost their skin is almost reflective.
Ray, who was that?
I don't know. They were really pretty though. Did you
I'll
get
send
a
them.
text? Oh,
Sorry.
I was just gonna ask if Minerva got texted as well.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was Charlie because I didn't really bother to memorize his number or anything. I sort of deleted it, but
That's fair. That guy's
yeah, he's Chad. What can I say?
You want me to eat him?
No, he thinks I'm an alien. I don't know how I spun it over text. He's convinced I'm an alien. So
Are you an alien?
no, I'm kindred. We're kindred, Ray. We're kindred.
Yeah, but like, what if? Okay, hear me out. What if
Aliens.
being kindred is really just being like infested with like this blood obsessed alien parasite?
I mean, like, in the way that technically in the infinite expanses of alternate universes that I could be a real life, superhero.
Ray is slowly walking over to wherever you are.
Just
I'm assuming we were across
Yeah,
the room
yeah,
from
yeah.
each other, and Ray is just very slowly walking.
yeah.
closer
Whenever
and
like
closer.
poked her head out wherever you were, like, who are you talking to? That doesn't sound. That makes sense. It could be possible, but there is well-tracked lineage as to where the origin of vampires came from. There's all kinds of stuff, and like this sort of like this magic stuff is not like it's not like science, like not like science fiction. So like it's
exactly. It's stuff we don't know how to explain, and I'm like still walking closer, and it's getting a little predatory.
I mean, like, okay. I mean, like, it's man. It's well
What
documented.
if?
The history of kindred. It's not alien. I don't think it's.
But what if it's a parasite that passes through a bite
I
or
mean,
through the blood, and then inside you, and Ray is just going to delicately touch you on the chest.
just
There's a tiny little parasite running through your veins and boops you on the nose.
I mean, yeah, possible. I mean, I suppose the question is, it's always been a kind of a thought. It's just, don't know.
So I'm going to send a text in the group chat that I assume Minerva made for us that says, anyone else get one of these? And it's just a screenshot of Luna's text.
Yeah, Ray called. That's
Oh.
all.
We going?
I guess.
Who is this?
Okay.
Oh, it's Fee. Yes, I think.
Fee just sends a selfie.
Victoria, of course, does not reply to anything.
Oh, naturally.
No.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's I guess see y'all there. Someone bring something steaky. I don't know.
We'll have her go to pick Genevieve up.
I'll bring my sword.
I
All
do
right.
love my
What?
books.
You always really don't do anything.
We haven't got in a fight yet.
Yeah,
What do
to
you
be
want?
fair to them, there hasn't been combat yet.
I'm just being prepared.
Can I
Yeah.
take my golf club into the car?
Sure.
Just and both my books.
All right. Victoria, whose car are you
Both of them,
taking?
all 2 books.
Oh, 2 books, because I guess the rest of
I
them
mean,
didn't get transferred.
Jackson's, of course. Unless he has stopped me.
No, it doesn't say anything.
All right.
So,
Hey,
Genevieve.
I made sure he didn't lose his head. I deserve this car.
Genevieve, you hear 2 very sharp honks outside of your window about 20 minutes after that conversation.
There's my ride.
Oh, and you see she sort of like turns back and was in the middle of making actual Bloody Marys. And she goes, "Oh, darn, I guess I'll have to drink them." She just starts to walk into the
You're the worst. Rain
I know.
check.
I'm just gonna have to double fist these all by myself.
It's the best use of the blood of life ever. Get all your nutrients in one go.
All right. I'll go out and I'll hop into the passenger seat next to Victoria. Who are we meeting again? Did we find that out?
I have no idea. I just knew we were supposed to be meeting. I have no idea.
Ugh. I hate surprises. Plot
But-
twists.
I do have a question for you, completely unregarded to the things that I currently do not know if I should care or not about. What are your preferences for partners in intimate matters?
Generally very fluid.
Alright. Duly noted.
Alright.
Start driving.
All right. As you all begin to, I want to say coalesce. That's not the right word. Converge. That's the one I was looking for. On this empty warehouse location, you see, dressed in his very elegant looking dark blue, almost ball attire. You see a young woman standing out front wearing a moon pendant, crescent moon pendant, as you all exit your cars. Luna, you see them approach, and you hear in an earpiece that you're wearing, "We can see them. Just let us know if anything goes wrong.
With my heightened senses,
Yeah.
of
you
the
would have
the
to-
60% of
to
this
activate
coterie that has heightened
no,
senses,
none of us have been activated.
you can just assume that mine is on.
You would have to also roll me composure and awareness.
Composure? Why composure?
Yes,
I would
because
like to
quick
you're-
question for
also do
Dee.
sense the
Yes.
unseen.
Did my sire who texted me these numbers, did he tell me why I was supposed to gather them?
Well, he didn't tell you specifically why these 5, but you do know that the reason your sect is gathering in Detroit is to speak to 5 very important figures
Fact.
to the
Frickety.
prophecy.
Frickety frackety.
So my composure plus awareness is 1 die.
And it's a hunger die.
Did I even roll that?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Is Minerva's hunger
Because if
down
you get a 1, your hunger's going to go up.
now?
Failure, but not a 1.
Your hunger would be back down to 1, yes. You would have more than enough blood.
Yoink!
I would like to use my Auspex power for sense the unseen.
Okay. You see standing atop the warehouse probably 10 or so kindred.
There's more of them than there are of us.
Great. I'm so happy with this development.
Lunar, you
Great.
hear them say that, and you know that there's probably an additional 20 or so members of your sect inside.
Ray, upon recognizing Luna, is going to run towards
Nope.
Luna.
Just not so slow. You should go slowly.
But I want. She's pretty.
Yes. And we don't know who she is. So, from a distance. Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you. Who are
She
you?
probably smells nice.
Use your just smell her from here.
Yeah, but that's not the same. You
Placeholder.
know it's not
Placeholder.
the same. But
It's
you
placeholder.
know.
I
You know
know.
it's not the same.
I
It's
know.
so much better when you're like right up
Yes.
close, you know?
Yes. But if
As I can see them bickering a little bit, I'm just gonna politely wave. Hello.
Hi.
Tell
Uh,
Mercedes to leave the car running and head out.
Can I try to pull away from Minerva?
be very hard.
Yes. Minerva,
With
how
my
high is your
1 strength.
1, baby.
Mine's 1 too.
How high is your dexterity? Because you're trying to slip out of Minerva's grasp.
This is either the best or the worst sitcom.
Okay,
that
so
Victoria
you
has
managed
ever
to
seen.
slip loose of Minerva's grasp.
And
I'm
Ray's
not holding very hard.
Ray's gonna run towards Luna, and like go for a hug and stop just before hugging, and say, "Do you mind if I hug you?"
That's fine with me. Hello.
And then is immediately gonna hug you the moment consent is given, and says, "Hi, it's so nice to meet you in person. I've been so excited to meet you ever since I saw you in that phone call that we had like 35 minutes ago. Who are you?"
I would love for you to have some more information in a few moments. We're not quite ready for that yet.
Won't you give me your name at least?
I'm Luna. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Luna. My name's Ray.
Hi. Why are we here and not getting drunk?
You 5, can I see all 5 of them yet? You 5 are very important.
Well, I know that, but that doesn't really answer my question.
Won't you come inside with me? And I think you'll have some of your questions answered.
Can I?
How delightfully vague.
I'd like to use my new Auspex power that I just bought
Ooh.
to scry the soul.
Okay, and what's the description on Scry the Soul?
Okay, cost is 1 rouse check. It is a contested roll.
Ooh.
So I make an intelligence plus aspects, and Kelsey will make a composure plus subterfuge roll. And I just need to do my rouse check to make sure it works, first of all. But that's cocked. How's that cocked? That's a 10, though.
Okay.
And then I would make an intelligence plus aspects roll.
Okay.
So that's 3 dice plus that many dice. One of them still a hunger die, correct? Yes.
Always.
Always and forever.
Mm-hmm. Unless you drink someone dry.
2. That's 3 successes from me.
Okay. And
I got 2 successes out of the 2 dice.
all right.
And then it says, by focusing on a person, the kindred, we're not going to use their words, can perceive the state of that person's psyche as a shifting of colors. Auras reveal very little precise information, but do provide clues regarding many subjects' emotional state, resonance, and supernatural traits. If looking for a specific condition, blah, 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 we can cursorily scan a crowd. But on a win, storyteller answers truthfully a number of questions equal to the margin of the roll about the target's aura and psyche, including emotional state, resonance, whether the subject is another kindred, werewolf, ghoul, or other supernatural being.
Okay. And then one of the options that I see is a critical win allows the discovery of something unexpected. And I believe you did say you got a 10 on your rouse check.
I got a 10 on the rouse check.
Okay. So the margin of them is 1, so you can ask me a question from that list.
Okay. Ooh, these are interesting questions. I'm gonna say... I'm just gonna ask for the emotional state. That's all I'm gonna ask for.
How's Luna feeling right now?
She's feeling pretty middle of the road as far as her specific range of emotions goes. A little hungry, pretty kind, generally in a positive attitude.
Okay. So you see that she is generally like a pale yellow, almost a daffodil color.
Mm-hmm. That's a very pretty color on you. Shall we go inside?
Show.
So you
nothing bad could happen now.
and enter into the warehouse. And
Victoria didn't agree to go in.
She didn't agree to go in, but is she following?
Nope. She has not been given a good enough reason to go in.
Victoria! What are you doing?
Waiting to heal how's whatever this is my concern.
Well, there's about 10 of them on the roof and possibly more inside, so it's either go in with them or we'll probably perish.
Oh, you're observant, aren't you? I like that.
Fine.
Die.
They might have information on that dog kid that we need to get.
The first reason is Bethel, and she'll go in.
Oh, that one. I'm sure we know something.
Oh, you weren't there. Yeah, dog kid's gone. Dog kid's been taken care of.
He's gone
We're
home. He's not
gonna
dead.
see him. We're gonna see him again.
Nobody tells me anything.
For sure.
You were gone.
I have a phone. You have my number. I have 2 phones, both of which you have a number for.
I lost my other phone. I had to burn it.
You should not actually advertise the other phone fee.
I have 1 phone that you have the number for.
Well, I lost the phone that had your number until recently.
Jen has walked up to Luna and has offered her arm.
I'm gonna take it and we're gonna walk inside.
All right, let's. What's the worst that can happen? We die again.
As you all begin to make your way into the warehouse proper, anyone who has heightened senses on does hear these low like thump, thump, thump of like feet landing from the roof down to the ground floor.
How many feet?
About 5 or so pairs. And you as you begin walking up, you see that the interior of this warehouse there appears to be several different like makeshift tents and beds and large communal areas set up, and about 20 or so more kindred are milling about. Some look to be on the very young side, while in contrast others look like they are straight out of a sort of history book of some kind. And you see, sort of toward the center, wearing a crushed purple velvet suit, you see this dark-skinned Middle Eastern fellow with a fairly like freshly shaved face, smooth bald head, and dark red eyes. Sort of turn to you all and say, and there they are. Thank you, Luna. I appreciate it.
Hey, has anyone ever said that you have an interesting head shape?
It's an appropriate thing to say, Ray.
That
I think it's nice.
wouldn't be the first time I've heard that, actually. Usually the people who say that are like small toddlers that I see, that they're, like actual children with their parents, but it is...
Well, a lot of the time toddlers have the best insight on things. They can't really lie.
It's refreshing to hear such unabashed truth from a kindred.
If we're in a truth-telling mood, then, honey, it's very 2018 or like 1980.
He sort of looks down and goes, "What? You don't like my suit?"
No,
I think it suits you.
No. Oh, honey.
And you see that he's sort of like...
we cannot leave? I think we can just leave, Sam. It'll be fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order. My name is Oswin Devosier. You have already met my child, Luna. I come representing my people. I am the current leader of the Children of Osiris. And we are a particular sect of kindred who are not exactly widespread. In fact, you are looking at most of our eastern coast of North American members here today. So, we wanted to speak to you. Some of our Tremere fellows had seen in the possible prophecies that you five would be of great importance.
Yes. I'm aware of that.
I know I'm important.
Yeah. What specifically can we do for you today? Or what would you like us to do? Because, yeah.
I just wanted to put faces to the visions, if that makes sense.
No, but I'm going to let you go with it.
I will be entirely honest. I'm not exactly certain what we will, how our paths will cross, but I wanted you to be at the very least used to my face and our ways before it happens, because if my contacts are correct, there have been people spreading misinformation about who we are and what we do.
What is it that you do?
Well, Luna, if you could show them, and enter just a bit of Bardo, give them a reading on a scale of 1 to 10.
How do I do that?
So when you engage in your discipline, what does it look like?
I'm going to, for me specifically, since it's connected to dance, I'm gonna step into ballet first position and take a few deep breaths. And
all right, and I revealed to you all a couple of sessions ago what your humanity score was.
Aha. You did.
Indeed, I did. And that is the number that Luna reads back to you all now. If you had to rate them out of, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, scrolling. I am scrolling.
Scrolling.
Oh, goodness.
Have you joined the Critical Misses Discord? The link is currently
that's where
in
I'm
the
scrolling
chat.
through. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Luna, the bookish teacher one looks like a 6, as does the college student. The very serious woman looks like a 4. The oddly dressed one with the dark lipstick looks like a 5. And the club owner looks like a 5 as well.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought I was the oddly dressed one with the dark lipstick for a second.
Am I the teacher or the No, I'm the student.
You're the student.
And Ray is the teacher.
That's right.
Oh, that puts
We have a lot of very
characters.
similar.
Yeah.
We have a lot of very similar aesthetics.
That makes the
Didn't introduce
introduction a
yourselves.
lot
We all know-
easier.
We all know who Victoria was.
Yes.
Victoria is very
Yes,
easy.
that was not a question.
She's established her brand very firmly.
I mean, my brand naturally wavers.
And you see that Oswin sort of turns.
Would you say it feels brand new every time?
That joke will leave you in stitches.
You see Oswin turns to you all and goes, well, that is quite a spread that we have. No one too far gone. And he sort of shoots like a bit of a glance towards Victoria and shrugs and goes, but the children of Osiris believe that there's redemption for all kindred. We believe that the notion that we are inherently monsters and that our humanity must fade with age is misinformed. You don't need to raise your hand.
Hi. Can you just say that again? 1 second. I'm gonna pull out the tape recorder and hold it up. Okay, go.
We, and he sort of like leans down towards it and says, we and the children of Osiris do not inherently believe that one's humanity must be sacrificed to become a kindred, or as the age goes on. It simply requires discipline, tact, and a willingness to remain human, or to retain your humanity, and it is fully possible.
And I pull it back almost like I'm giving an interview, and I'm like, so you would say then that we can defeat this beast if we work together?
Well, we have not found a way to defeat the beast itself. The beast appears to be part of the curse of unlife in and of itself, but many, many amazing things have been accomplished with Bardo. There is even rumor Certainly, but we are creatures of rumor, yes. Rumor of those that are connected enough with the human side to be resurrected after the final death.
Click. You heard it here first, Bo. Nope, that's me. Ray. You heard it here first, Ray. If we fight it, we can definitely overcome it, and some other stuff. I don't know. I got bored and I stopped listening, if I'm honest. Click.
When he makes the comment about being resurrected after the final death, you can see Luna kind of stand up just a little bit straighter.
And why should we care about maintaining our humanity? We are not human anymore.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to point out that I have never been called a 5 in my life, and I take offense to that. And secondly, I hate to do it, but I think I have to agree with Victoria. What if I'm perfect the way I am, and you're wrong?
Is it because I'm a 6 and you're a 5?
No.
Can I insight check
Yes.
B?
That is exactly the problem.
You don't need to roll it.
B's composure is 1. It is my worst stat. They do not lie well.
It's a matter of perhaps reintegrating the things that kindred can do. I do not argue that we are different and our differences need to be appreciated, but there are certain things that make us what we are that we do not have to deal with. Would you like to once again walk in the sunlight without bursting into flames? Would you
Not
like
really.
to perhaps one day have a family again?
It's kind.
I
They're
was never much of a daytime person, anyways.
same, but I think for different reasons.
I'm gonna interrupt briefly and look at Fee and say, isn't there anyone that you've left behind? And I want to do an insight empathy check.
You wanted to do what? Sorry. I missed
An insight check for empathy.
Ooh.
that. Okay.
Ray
So
would also
go ahead-
definitely be listening for that.
Go ahead and make me an insight, empathy, and charisma roll.
Ooh,
Charisma. Yay.
That's what Luna is rolling.
Oh.
Fee, go ahead and give me. Is this something that you'd like to lie about, or are you just
Yes.
trying to keep a straight face? Okay, so go ahead and roll me
Are you sure?
manipulation plus persuasion.
You know, I hate to
quick
say it,
question
but should
for
it be
D.
manipulation or composure?
Well, yeah, I guess you're not actively lying, so yeah, composure plus persuasion.
A question for D. So for insight, I've got the specialty in empathy and emotions. So when I'm doing the roll for empathy, do I add the die for both of those or just for one of them?
It would be just for empathy.
Okay.
If it is applicable to have both, I'll let you know.
Can I also roll for it? 'Cause
Roll insight and charisma.
I also have the empathy one. That's why.
I had 3 successes.
An additional die, okay?
I also had 3.
And Ray.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. Sorry, that's almost all my dice.
Jesus Christ.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
Just a couple more. Just, a couple more. Just,
So Luna, as you're sitting there,
It's what Ray does.
it's almost like they were a psychiatrist at some point.
Yeah.
Luna,
no.
as you're sitting there, you've never met this person before, but they have a very plain look. Just it's hard to read Not a very plain physical.
Wounded.
Not a very plain physical look.
Plain
You
to
are
see.
looking at her plainly.
I literally have an ability called Looks Stunning.
It's true.
Why?
And it's hard to discern, but you feel like there probably is somebody. You know, you're not thrown completely off the scent. Ray, on the other hand, you've known Fee for long enough to know the scoff that Fee makes when they're offended by how correct someone is about them. And that is the
Is that a fee thing or is that a
That-
Robin thing?
Yes. And that is the noise that Fee makes in response to the question.
I have everything I need, honey. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Just hellos, Ray.
You are really doing quite a terrible job of selling this on this how important humanity is. The threats
well,
with all the people, that worked, but this, this is just adorable.
Yes, I figured it might be difficult to get through you Camarilla folk. But
Oh, I'm 100% on board.
that is great to hear. But
What about
regardless, we don't
other-
need you to sit down and kumbaya with us around some of our makeshift RVs that we have here. That's not what I'm asking. I know how most of Kindred Society operates, and I'd be willing to provide you resources, help for different things that you may or may not want to accomplish, in exchange for when the time comes. Just have open ears. That is all I ask, because I would not try to lock you into a contract that even I don't know the details of. So I won't ask that you swear fealty to do whatever I ask in the future, but when the prophecy arises, it will have something to do with you five.
And what is the prophecy?
That's almost my next question.
Well, the prophecy has been passed down since the ancient times. Some say that the antediluvians and Osiris themselves. Some say that the antediluvians and Osiris themselves have passed down this prophecy since the first Tremere were given the site, along with the Malkavians. It has been passed down and refined and passed through members of the Children of Osiris for some time, and most recently, even Lunar, who is not blessed with the sight herself, has been seeing visions of you five when she enters the state of Bardo. So something big is certainly happening.
Antediluvians, those who came before the flood?
Yes. The vampires that have long since passed. The original 13 antediluvians who made the clans that we all, most of us, belong to. The Malkavians, the Bruja, Toreador, etc. The antediluvian of my sect was that of the god Osiris, and they passed down not a discipline to be learned through blood, but one that is learned through dedication and of the pursuit of something in particular. It is called Bardo, and it allows us to sort of manifest, read, manipulate the essence of what makes someone humane, the humanity of them.
And that's distinct from blood sorcery?
Yes, it is separate from the Tremere arts.
Is something anyone can learn?
With enough time, yes.
Could you teach us?
If you were so willing to commit yourselves to the Children of Osiris.
No, maybe not.
I'd like to try to trigger some sort of premonition.
Okay. A premonition regarding what?
This prophecy and the events surrounding it.
All right. As you trigger this vision, your eyes are thrown into sand, into a pyramid, into a tomb that has a symbol that you remember from a particular book that was found, the Spine of Osiris. And inside you see, sleeping, a stake in the chest, arms crossed over, a very ancient, very, very old vampire who's sitting there, and you hear, "What do you want, child?"
To know the truth of you.
To understand me is to lose what makes you, you.
Than to know your designs.
I am the resurrected one. I seek to lead kindred back to the light of the sun.
To walk in the day.
To return to humanity.
Is such a thing possible?
Not with the Camarilla.
Through you? Through Osiris?
I am many things, child, but I am not self-idolizing. I simply created the practice. Bardo is the way.
And the prophecy?
My faithful children speak true.
Then, what is to come?
Run, Genevieve. And you all feel the ground shake and the lights flicker as you hear off in the distance.
Run.
Grab Ray and run.
No.
And-
Victoria grabs Genevieve's and tips to book it.
Those of you who have heightened senses on, you hear, and as you turn around, you also see someone on a rooftop across from yours, and you hear this beeping, deet, 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 boom, and you see a rocket propel through the open window and explode on impact with the ground. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Bastard,
Damn
man.
you.
So many goddamn explosions.
There have been 2!
That's
Well, I
in
mean,
5
3, but-
sessions.
We'll get to the other one.
Over the course of 5 sessions, though.
That's a 40%. That 40% of this has been explosions.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to give Luna my number.
I mean, you know, then it's not dead.
All right. We're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break. We're going to stretch, get some hydration in us. You all should do the same. And we will be back.
Well, hello there. Welcome
Hi.
back. Hopefully you all have gathered your drinks, your bios are complete, and we're all ready to get back into the current events, which include, but are not limited to, a rocket that comes screaming into the room through a window and explodes on the ground in impact. So, this being the first time that this has been necessary, I'm gonna need y'all to try and block some of this damage. So, so I need you all to roll me. Oh my god, this book is such a fucking chonker. I gotta start writing down fucking
Heckin'
pages.
chonk.
Yep, indeed.
It
I need
works.
you all to describe how you are going to try and save yourselves from this. What is your reaction? Are you trying to put distance in between you and the blast? Luna, you are grabbed by Osman, and he, with a supernatural amount of speed, just runs over to the other side of the warehouse with you in hand. And how are the rest of y'all dealing with this?
Genevieve got the cue to run from the vision and immediately yelled run and then started doing that. So
Victoria was right keeping pace with Genevieve.
Okay.
Because you can pretty much tell at this point when Genevieve's kind of doing vision things. She's like, all right.
Mhm.
So she's normally in, ready to catch.
All right. Ray?
Fee's gonna try and run and jump behind a barricade or another group of kindred or just anything to use as a shield.
Roger that. And Ray?
So you said with enhanced senses we get forewarning, right?
You would see and hear the beeping and see a man with a large tube on his shoulder across the building across the way. But you would get that cue after Genevieve tells everyone to run, and you sort of turn and see that your senses sort of zero in, almost like a cat sense.
Sorry, one more thing real quick. Victoria would activate her rapid reflexes, because I saw that she had that.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess Ray is going to try to hide, is going to follow whoever's closest, because this is not their area of expertise.
Gotcha. Alrighty then. And Minnie, darling, are you audible?
no,
No,
you
you're
think
not.
you turn down your volume.
Oh,
there
wait,
she
I
is.
heard a little bit.
Very quiet.
You're quiet.
Yeah.
Did you turn down your gain all the way?
I'm.
There
we
we
go.
go.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Better.
Yeah?
Still a little quiet.
Yeah?
Okay.
Better.
All right. Wow. I had to crank that all the way up. Like usually it sits very close to the end, but I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Woo! Okay. Minerva is grabbing Ray and just hauling ass, like running.
So I need everyone who is running to make me a D. Why would you close out of that, you fucking dumb idiot, stupid faced McGillicuddy?
No.
Don't mean things.
Do nice things.
I need everyone to make a lovely check that I am coming up with in this game that I wrote to make me a dexterity plus, nope, fuck that. Make a stamina plus athletics check.
Stamina athletics.
Do I also
Or-
need to make this check or no?
You do not. You have been bamfed out by your
Minerva, it was nice knowing you.
I want to push Ray forward.
Should Fee make this check? Because they're not technically running.
Yeah, no, you should not. Fee, on the other hand, is going to make a dexterity and survival check.
Well, it's better than the other one.
I want to push Ray in front of me if that can help Ray at all. Like, little Bab.
Let's just go ahead and get some rolls here.
What's your roll?
1.
Okay.
Oh. Is that
Messy
like
critical.
like a 1, or is that
One
one
success.
success?
Critical. All right.
A messy crit.
Yeah.
A messy crit. All right. Interesting. And that's one success for Fee, you said?
Indeed.
And how many for Ray?
0.
There's about as many successes as are currently in my love life right now. So
Oh.
And that's one for Vicky, darling.
Why the example though?
Gotta make it real.
And how many
I just gotta make
successes-
everyone feel as bad as this feels right now.
Victoria, did you add your rapid reflexes to that?
No, I did not. Hold on.
That's important. Minerva, how many successes?
2 successes.
1. Also, can I cast Incorporeal Passage on someone else, or is it just myself?
You can cast Incorporeal Passage to someone else. They would have to, they gotta know, they don't know the spell like you do, but, so you might have to explain to them that, hey, if you let go of the shard of glass, the spell drops, but
Can
you
I
cast it on other people.
can I try to cast it on Ray?
I don't think that you would have had enough time in that moment.
Dang.
But luckily for you, there is glass everywhere now.
Lucky me!
Oh, goody.
Goody!
2, 4.
Hey, how are
Thanks
you
for this
grabbing
amazing
onto Ray,
opportunity.
by the way?
Hmm?
Minerva, how did you grab onto Ray?
Shoulders?
Okay.
Why?
Okay, so I have rolled 5 damage. So now we're going to roll to see how much of this damage y'all can soak. I need you all, anyone who got less than 2 successes,
That's all of us.
to go ahead
Nope.
and roll
I had
me.
2. I'm good.
I need
How
you
much
to
does the
go
messy
ahead.
crit count for? 2?
A messy crit would in fact be 2 because it is still a critical. So as you hear this the premonition, the voice of Osiris sort of melds with the voice of the beast, and you turn, and on all fours you just leap across the warehouse almost in a single bound, and manage to get out of the way of the damage of this attack. The 3 of you who did not, however, I need you to roll me a stamina die, and your successes are going to reduce the amount of damage you take by 1 for each success.
Oh, goody. My best stat.
Oh man, all 3 of you do not look very happy
Oh,
about
fuck
this.
me.
Fuck me. Yeah,
That's
God
gonna switch to
shits
your
in my
last.
dinner once again.
You know what? Technically, it
Hold
could
up
have
the
gone
die.
worse. This technically could have gone worse. I could have rolled a 1 on my.
Could've rolled a that?
Yeah, we.
You mean that one? You mean that
Yeah,
one?
that one, yeah.
That one?
we.
That one? The one that I rolled? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ray, you get a little more hungry.
Hungry.
That is true. And
Sure, why not?
Minerva.
Yeah,
Now's the
So,
time.
Sophie, you got the 1 success? Yeah.
I got 0.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it could have been worse. Oh, because you could.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
technically it could have been
Nice.
You
worse.
and me.
I see. My
I could
reaction
have
was
been
maybe-
Worse
low.
is me.
My reaction
Worse
was
is
maybe
me. I'm
disproportionate.
worse.
I rolled 1 success.
So the three of you take 3 points of damage. Luckily, it's splash damage, so it is not aggravated damage. So you
That's
can
good.
still heal it. So, as this explosion happens and you all scatter in your various ways and off to the side and things such as that, you hear the door explode open and you see 2 of the 5 or so guards that were made to stand watch outside the warehouse just sort of flop backwards, still and unmoving, and you see 5 men with loaded machine guns stomp into the room wearing mostly dark black regalia, and they all have a large dark blue cross printed to the front of their bulletproof armor.
Fuckers.
And,
Can I?
So now we're going to roll initiative. And initiative in this game is determined by rolling your dexterity and your wits.
Okay.
Also,
This does include me, right?
Yes, it does. Also
does
includes
that include the hunger die?
anything you roll. Always got a hunger die.
Always.
Okay, that's what I thought. So 2 hunger
Do
die.
it.
Always
so-
Ow.
Right.
Now you
Ooh,
roll really
hunger
well.
die.
Now you roll really well. Fuck you.
So it's the number of successes, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
So it's 5 successes.
All right.
6.
As a note, though, I did
Wait,
get
you
a
said?
10 on the hunger die. So
On the-
do I
okay,
get
so you
hungrier with
got-
my success?
Oh, yes, you do. And as Victoria, you feel the beast. And the beast is always a very aggressive presence in your ear. And as your sunglasses sort of go flying and scattering across the warehouse floor, you look up, and anyone who sees Victoria in this moment sees this very dark red hue bleed into the eyes as the fangs are bared, and she's ready to attack. So if you could all drop in Zoom what you got, just so that I have a running list, because I know when these futzes are going.
I also got a messy crit.
Okay, wonderful.
Ah.
And with that having been said, Minerva or Luna, what would you like to do? A messy crit is when you roll a 10 on your hunger die. It is essentially you succeed, but in a bestial way. Like the inner hunger of you is part of the reason you succeeded. So Luna and Minerva, it is between the 2 of you who would like to go first.
Minerva can go first.
Okay.
All right. Minerva, you are picking yourself up from the ground. There are parts of you that are concussed and sore as you stand up. What would you like to do?
Grab a shard of glass. I want to try and get a slap into Ray's hand. I'm like, if this works, don't let go of this, and just run. As soon as you drop this, the spell will stop. And I want to try and cast Incorporeal Passage.
All right, so go ahead and make your incantation check.
And that's wits. Is that intelligence plus blood sorcery?
It's definitely something plus your blood sorcery. Let me check here.
It's something mental. I can't remember if it's wits or intelligence.
Yes, it is.
I'm a
Meow,
dummy.
meow, 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 meow. It is intelligence plus blood sorcery. Yes.
Honky dory.
And the
Okay.
difficulty is the ritual's level plus 1, so you need 5 successes.
Come on. Ooh, okay. I can do math. 1, 2,
Can you?
3, 4, 5.
All right, so you got 5 successes exactly. Ray, you feel Minerva slap this shard of glass into your hand, and her hands are shaking as she is muttering and forgetting some of the words. But she manages to complete a spell, and you feel this weird wave of warmth wash over you, and you feel your muscles loosen, and you slip through the floor almost, passing down through it. But you are now incorporeal. Um, I cannot type and talk at the same time, so I will address that actively. You do not add a die to your pool for each point of hunger. One die in your pool becomes a hunger die for each point of hunger. But Minerva, that is your action. Do you have any maneuver that you would like to take? They appear to be flooding the only entrance that you can see.
Darbs, do you have anything else you want to do?
Is there anything else
do? You can still move. I mean, you're standing in the same place.
Oh, can I look around for any other exits?
Go ahead and make a wits plus awareness roll.
Cool. I'm not aware, so it's just straight wits, baby. Okay. 3 successes.
Okay, you look around and you do see a fire door that is off in the back right-hand corner of the building.
Back right, and just...
All right, so you just start running full tilt sprints. It'll probably take you another turn or so to get there.
Yeah.
Next up, Luna. Oswin sort of looks down at you and goes, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine. And I'm gonna bring out my special dagger, my special pretty dagger. And which of these 5 is closest to me right now?
Of those 5, I would say that Fee is probably the closest.
Okay. And I'm assuming that I would already know about this other exit?
Yes. Yeah, you've been here on and off the past 7 days.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to grab Fee just like by the arm or something and say, "Come with me," and start like tugging toward that door.
Yeah,
All right, and you see Oswin turn and sort of take off the suit jacket and say, "Luna, get the rest of them out of here too, please." And you see almost this shadow begin to form behind Oswin, and he looks to it envelops him, and he almost grows 2 or so feet and says, "Gentlemen, I believe you're in my abode," and begins to stomp his way over toward the front door where these men have begun to enter. And that is the end of the Osiren's turns. So next up, we have Victoria.
Who definitely totally knows what she's doing, which is getting the out of here. So I guess...
I'm sorry, Victoria is running?
Yes! She doesn't have a reason to fight these people. This isn't her sanctuary.
Yeah, but they, assaulted you.
No, they assaulted the building that I was forced to go into. Screw this place. She's leaving.
Victoria's not salty about it at all.
No, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about. She loves being lectured about humanity. But no, she's looking for she's looking for Genevieve and to make sure that they both make it out.
Genevieve is currently probably about 80 or so feet away from you, having just landed on her hands and feet, sort of perched down. A look in her eye that you have to imagine you also have in your eye, because you know what it looks like when the blood really starts pulsing.
Victoria would be, basically zipping over that way. Genevieve, we need to go. This is not our problem.
Probably best.
kind of like hook an arm if they're amenable and.
All right. So if you would both like to run, then I would need you both to go ahead and make me stamina survival checks.
Oof.
Or athletics, if athletics is better for you.
Not really. I'm just gonna look at Victoria and say, I can be a little slower, but I can get out of here safe.
You so did.
Definitely. And
All
I would
right,
like to use my obfuscate cloak of shadows or unseen passage, to become invisible to.
All right. Well, we will get to that on your turn in that case. I kind of just hooked y'all together if you were both going to run at the same time.
Yeah.
But Victoria sort of nods at you and says, all right, and go ahead and give me that stamina, and it can be athletics or it can be survival. Your preference.
Sure, because I have things to know that. Can I somehow make this math instead?
No, actually. Funnily
But
enough.
if I calculate the distance to the door...
Mm-hmm.
No, it's fine. All right. All right, let's just hope I roll well. That's only one success, fortunately.
All right. It's rounded up, so you should have 2 boxes on your health marked. With 1 success, you are making your way toward that backfire escape, as you see that the various other kindred are fleeing en masse through that door that is currently being sort of propped open by Luna. You see that Fee is on their way over there. You see that Minerva is on their way over there. But before Bo and Genevieve, before Ray and Genevieve can act, it's the Second Inquisition's turn.
The what?
And they are going to...
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No one expects the Second Inquisition either.
Yeah.
They are going to unleash a volley of machine gun fire.
Oh, I'm so happy I cast Incorporealness.
And there are 5 of you. 2 of them are going to target Ray. And the other 3 are going to target the giant shadow demon who is running toward them.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Ain't it? Oh, boy.
Can I do things while incorporeal?
You can't, interact with other people.
Can I
because
talk?
you just pass through them. But
You can talk.
So that's...
Oh, God.
2, 4. So that's...
Oh, no.
7 successes toward Ray.
Oof.
But he can't. But they can't take damage.
So what I'm
You
hearing...
can't take damage. So you all watch as these two trained soldiers with laser accuracy, controlling the recoil of the gun to where it would just be boring a singular hole in the center of your forehead. It just passes through almost with like a bit of resistance before zipping to the back of the
Feels
warehouse.
weird.
It does.
So what I'm understanding is that Ray can talk all they want and no one can shut them up.
Yeah.
No one can hit them to shut them up. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Is there any other way, though?
I never get to do anything.
You're kidding.
And then they begin to fire up at the creature. Fucking 8 dice and gotten jack shit. They begin to fire up at the giant shadow demon, who's just taking all the bullets in the arm before reaching them and picking one up and just full tilt like a discus toss just out the open door into the Detroit evening.
Yoink!
Ray.
those yeet emotes in chat. Just saying.
Throw some yeets
You
in chat,
and
please.
Genevieve now get to decide which of you would like to go first.
Do you, my dear?
I would like to use my obfuscate move for unseen passage. It'll take a rouse check,
It will.
which I succeed on with an 8. And so long as I make a sound no louder than a whisper, the power automatically works. Only if the observer has their attention drawn to the user can they make a detection roll. Since the unseen works, but says, can I get behind something first and like drop their line of sight on me before that happens?
You can rush up to like one of the picnic tables that are set up, dive behind it, and
I'll use my unseen passage, and then I'll try to like sneak out of the building.
All right. So you begin to make your way out of the building along with the veritable conga line of other kindred. Ray.
Excuse.
Rowan?
I see it.
Madam? Madam. What's
this
what
is a Wendy's?
Man, this is a Denny's! Why would you do
For scrying, I will say as you emerge outside, before we get to Ray's turn, Genevieve, you emerge outside and you see Luna, you see Fee, you see Victoria, you don't see Fee yet.
I don't think I got to take a turn last round.
Well, the round's not over yet. We still have
okay.
Ray, and then it's you. But you see Luna, Victoria, and Minerva all outside, and they're all looking up at something. And you see off in the distance, in a giant column of fire and smoke, that there's apparently been an explosion at the Detroit theater, or the Michigan theater.
baby!
That's a no good.
So
Okay, I can remake
Bella, there's your scrying, Bella.
It's a bad.
Meanwhile, back inside, you guys also, it is now Ray's turn.
So since Ray can't be shot, also I wanted to say a response, but I didn't want to interrupt.
No.
Ray's response to getting shot 7 times in the head and feeling the bullets pass through them, they would say like, "Oh, I felt that like inside me, but like not in a good way." And is going to get up and is going to kind of dust off their incorporeal body and kind of just saunter over to these folks there, and I'm gonna walk up to one and I'm gonna say, "Hi, yeah, it would be really great actually if you just killed your friends."
All right. So you are using dominate, yes?
I'm using mesmerize.
All right. And what is the roll that they have to make?
Intelligence versus resolve. I have to rouse.
All right. Go ahead and rouse the blood.
Remind me how to do that.
So you just roll whatever your current hunger pool is.
Oh, hell yeah.
And if you fail, you get hungrier.
Okay.
Launch.
I got one success.
You're asking D how to get rouse.
So
yeah, I mean, you know,
as you
I think Ray needs any help with that.
They'd be the expert on it, you know.
As you sort of put your finger in front, you see the eyes focus in on it, and what do they have to roll to resist?
To resist, it's intelligence plus resolve, and I make a manipulation dominate against them.
And as you stand close to them and you begin to rouse your blood to do this, not only is this a prepared human, so they get to roll, but you smell this odd chemical coursing through the blood.
Can I apply my beauty to this roll? I because I'm just so sweet and kind. I walked over and I'm just so.
Yeah, you also just kind of ate a full clip of semi-automatic or fully automatic bullets to.
But like in a cute way, right?
But can you think of anything sexier?
I don't think that you're going to be able to
Taking a
add
full
your
load
beauty
to the
pools to
face.
this.
That was worth asking, you know.
And you said this was what now? Sorry, what's
intelligence resolve.
Intelligence.
So dominate plus
and
manipulation.
This. Oh shit! It's that many? I don't have enough dice out.
Oh, good time. What's that time?
Always a good time when the DM needs to go grab more dice.
Yeah.
All right.
And my manipulation is my highest stat too. But
yeah, that chemical in your blood is roll strong.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, you know.
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Oh, fuck me.
Good fuck me or like a bad fuck me?
Like, let me just hold up my 2 hunger die real quick.
Oh no.
That's a double ones.
I know.
Ray, just name a time and place.
You go up to 4 hunger.
Oh no. Oh,
which is probably the hungriest that Ray has ever been.
Ever. Yeah.
And how many so how many successes did you get?
6 and up, right, for a success?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, so that would be 2 successes.
All right, they got 5. So he looks at you and goes, "Monster, I will not fall for your tricks." And he sort of swings the barrel of the gun and it passes through you. And he's just like sort of and turns and begins firing on the large shadow monster, who at this point swallows one of the men. So that is your movement. So let's round out this turn with Fee.
Hi, that's me.
Awesome.
Is Luna still near me?
Luna is relatively close, but she's more toward the door. She's sort of like waving people out of the warehouse.
I'll yell over to her. You need better people, I think. Is this the best you can do? And at the same time, I'll be running. And are there like rafters in this place?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then Fee would like to go and like climb up one of those rafters to try and get to like a window or something up top.
Okay, so using your action and your movement, you're definitely able to jump and dig your nails into the concrete and start just scaling at a miraculous speed before you break through the window. And outside of the window, you immediately see several red dots sort of cross your vision as they try and focus onto you.
Where do I see where they're coming from?
Look like they're on the roof across from where you entered. As you roll and hit the ground, make a wits survival check as you're sort of coasting through the air.
Okay, I'll roll my whole 2 dice. That is a 2.
Okay, 2 successes.
Sorry, a 3. 3 successes.
Awesome. So with a 3, you definitely manage to spot out a bit of cover as you roll and tear your jacket, and you do roll behind a large metal crate that you're pretty sure will provide good cover, and that theory is immediately tested as you're from a bullet piercing into the metal, but not quite piercing through it. There are snipers outside.
Nice.
We vibing. We chilling.
Do I have time to send a text message?
Sure. This seems like a safe place to sit down for a second.
Yeah. I text Mercedes, who is in the running car down below, as far as I know. Need help. Bring the big guns. Watch out for snipers.
All
3
right.
separate texts.
You get a request for your location immediately back.
Yep.
And you all begin to hear outside the sound of a car screeching and then a loud shatter of glass as barreling through the side of the warehouse is Mercedes, who completely fish-eyed reaches up out of the window visor and points up at one of the red lights off in the distance. Okay. Damn, girl, calm down. Not that serious.
I don't keep any fools with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So that's a lot of successes.
You want to be part of Fee's crew, you got to know how to handle yourself. That's like
you see
rule
just
1.
One eye closed, just like from this long-barreled silenced pistol that is mostly silver with a black grip. And there's just 2 silenced bullet sounds releasing, and then you see one of the red lights just drop from the top of the roof and say, "Everyone in the car!"
Oh!
Listen to her. She knows what she's talking about.
Guys,
I assume that's the end of my turn.
I would assume that the things that happen next are you all jump into the limo that has crashed into the side.
Yeah.
You are, I'm assuming, allowed in inside the interior of the limo, as most of the other kindred that are members of the Children of Osiris have scattered at this point. And you see that as you all make your way out in the limo, the large shadow-wreathed frame of Oswin sort of looks back up at the roof and jumps off of the ground as you all peel out.
Is Luna with us in this limo?
Yes, she is.
Very good.
Ray's with us too. Ray, yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that's what Ray would have done with their turn, unless that is incorrect.
Ray would have tried to at least convince a different one to shoot their friends before giving up and being like, oh, this never works.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize the bonus to that. The bonus that the chemical gives the Second Inquisition was so high. It adds 4 dice to their pool.
Jesus Christ!
So I increase in hunger again because I didn't succeed on my rouse. Right?
Oh, wonderful! Nice.
So I'm at 5 hunger. Right?
Oh my god!
No.
That's bad.
Well, hey, we have blood baggies at home. We have blood bags at home.
That's about as bad as it can get.
Gotta drain someone dry.
Oh, I know.
That's like worse than dying.
All right. So they got 5 successes.
Oh, I still have to roll them. I failed, so I'm not.
Yeah, your rouse check just affects your hunger.
Right. Oh, right. I need to be adding my hunger to all of this too now. So
Your 5 hunger dice now.
These are going to be hunger dice now, and then only 1 non-hunger dice.
Well, you can't get more hungry. Let me know if you fail
success,
still though, because it's important.
Success.
Do they have to eat a person?
We're gonna get to it.
I also got 5 successes.
Okay, I would say that they are simply a.
And a lot of them. Well, one of them is a crit.
I would say that they are simple meat bags, and you are a supernatural child of the night. So, if they meet it, you beat it, and you watch as this person sort of blinks and turns and just starts unloading on the other armed members on the ground floor. And Ray, all of this mortal blood that is being shed smells delightful. I need you to make a willpower check.
Could I would we see this happening if we had heightened senses?
You would see Ray pretty pointedly like mouthing off to some of them, and then you see Ray's eyes just almost cloud over.
I will lean out of the car and yell, "Ray, later!" And I would like to turn up my awe.
Willpower check how?
So you should have a certain number of boxes of willpower on your character sheet.
Yes.
That's your dice pool. Go ahead and roll.
And do I add my hunger die to this at all? Or?
No. These
I would imagine no.
They don't count as hunger die for the purpose of this roll.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay. So you sit and begin to almost begin to drop to your knees and lap up the blood, and you hear Fee's voice almost like an echo in a long hallway that is very, very far away. And you begin, as you are resisting the urge to lap up this blood, you begin to feel yourself switch.
That makes sense.
And as you do, you do manage to resist the urge to feed right then and there, should you so choose.
Well...
Professor Ray doesn't remember anything. Do they?
Professor Ray remembers anything that was recorded in the tape recorder.
Did they stop recording?
It did. Once the message about it was the message about the kind of the prophecy and what was going on with the children of Osiris.
You have a long dark spot and then just a blotch of those memories, and then you are here.
Guys, would I have let go of the shard of glass?
That's what I.
Ooh.
That's what I'm asking.
Well, I don't know. If you suddenly came to consciousness in a warehouse that stunk of blood and gunpowder, holding anything, would you still be holding on to it?
Probably not. What Ray would probably do is let go of the shard of glass and backpedal kind of towards a wall of some kind, figuring out what's going on.
And it's then that Fee leaning out of the window, the awe on, sort of just grabs your attention as they call for you. And you see that most of your friends are inside of a limousine.
Right.
Swing the door open.
Okay. I'm just going to get up and I'm going to run.
And as you run and jump into the limo, you see that Mercedes begins to flip buttons and knobs and turns back to look at Luna and says, "Hey, that big shadow guy, he's a vampire, right?" As she's wheeling the car around.
Kindred, honey.
Yeah, he's with us. Don't worry.
All right, then he shouldn't feel this. And she floors it, just running straight towards the large shadow creature, hooking the car so that it turns just barely at the very end. And it does hit the giant form of Oswin, who steps forward and turns and sees that it's you and takes his hand to the back of the limo and pushes it, as well as her kicking it. And the car just and tears off out of this section of the Detroit Underground. Some sparse sounds of human screams and bullet rain being heard as you drive away. And you all are still in this car.
Can I call Nymeria?
Sure.
The theater. Where are you?
Darling, I'm not in Detroit. I'm up in Lansing. What's
thank
wrong?
God. We just got attacked by these people with blue crosses. They just shot at us. The theater looks like it exploded.
Oh my God.
We also met like the cult of Osiris.
Minerva. Get somewhere safe. Stay with your coterie. The Second Inquisition has found us. Oh, this is not good.
Also, I met my brother. I think I met someone. I met the someone.
Don't tell me that right now. I'm clearly panicking. Why would you give me more information that would make me panic? And the rest of you all hear this frantic yelling match that happens between the two of them. Victoria, you get a phone call from Edwin.
Yes, mon cher?
Victoria, I need your help.
What is it you need?
They have the prince. They have Ophelia's coffin. Come to the pier.
Is that I just need to come? That is all?
Hurry.
All right. Let's close. Mercedes, was it? We need to go to the pier. Quickly.
And she shoots a glance at Fee.
Do what she says, honey.
Why?
All right.
What's going on?
I do not think more information would benefit you right now, but, what is it they say? Shit is fucked?
Okay, but I'd like to possibly go in knowing a little bit more. Last time we went to looks at the burning building behind us.
It is related to that.
All right.
Are we
Interesting
driving
news.
into a fight?
Power check.
What was that?
Sorry, what is it?
I told Ray to make another willpower check.
Are we driving into a fight, Victoria?
Unclear, honestly.
Okay. Then I
Let's
think
be
we might need
prepared.
to re-up first.
I think
Nods over at Ray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of successes. That's two crits. That's two critical
all-
successes, and the
As
rest
you
of
all
them are
turn to look
successes.
at Ray, they have shifted probably 2 seats closer to the front driver's passage window
Hmm?
and is tensely at
Ray.
Mercedes through the glass.
play.
Do you have a wet
I
bar in here?
put my.
Fee doesn't drink the bag stuff.
I know.
Uh,
Anything will do in a pinch.
You're not my usual kind of guests.
I would offer, but little busy breaking every traffic law known to man.
No.
Oh
I
no,
need to-
honey, you don't want to. Not with this one right now.
Does Ray have to? It has to be a kind. It can't they can't feed off of a kindred a little bit to stave it off.
If
That's
only
what we
there
call
was-
a Diablo Ray.
If only there was someone who knew the answer to such a question.
Yeah, if only.
And
I got it, Rowan.
so, as you guys are driving,
Surprisingly, the pun masters
can I-
didn't get it.
go ahead.
Watching Ray scoot closer, I sit next to them and put my hand on their shoulder and I look over and I say, "You need to control yourself, or I will take this and I will plunge it into your fucking heart." Pat him on the cheek.
Right, let's
Play.
talk about books or something. You want to talk about books? Let's talk about books. Let's talk. Just talk.
Can you switch at will?
I'm gonna interrupt for a second.
Oh, hi.
Oh, right, you're here.
I'm gonna point at Ray and be like, "That one's new, right?
Very, extremely
Very.
new.
Why did
Baby.
you bring a baby here?"
You told us all to
Would you
come
leave
here.
a child in an
Nobody
apartment
told me
alone?
you had a baby here.
Ray,
And you can tell that I'm like starting to lose my cool a little bit, and I'm like kind of freaking out at you.
Ray, look at me. Ray, look at me. Can you switch at will?
You're asking me to switch now? I don't think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I can't
Would
believe
you
I'm saying
prefer
this,
to
but I
have
don't
the
think we want the
memories?
fun one right now.
Does somebody want to explain what you're talking about?
Flop.
Okay,
I'm using every ounce of my control not to bite anyone who comes close to me right now.
I can see that, which is why I asked, because that will not last.
I cannot.
I'm gonna suggest that we make a quick pit stop at the nearest slightly populated area of like human populated area, like a gas station or something.
And Mercedes just goes, better than me, I guess. And they pull into this small sort of convenience store that looks mostly abandoned.
How many people are there?
Just one working the counter.
I was gonna try to help out and use my predator style to gather a few options, but it appears there's only one option.
It is late. You could definitely call upon your herd to send some people over, but it would take a while. It would take the time for them to get there.
Do not have that kind of time.
Grab and go?
Okay, Ray, you have two options right now. The first is you do a thing that you really don't want to do. And the second is I do a thing that I really don't want to do, which I already told you that I'm going to do. So
Genevieve's going to
your
pull out a
choice.
switch, cut her wrist, and then
Oh!
throw it into Bo's
Raise.
or Ray's face. Drink.
The moment that there would be any blood, it would be immediately just grab, and like I would be like on top, trying to dominate as much as possible, pinning down.
Yeah. All right, so
there's zero control
you
there.
drink, and drinking from a kindred is not as effective as the warm blood of a kind. Genevieve, your humanity is level 6?
5 currently.
5. So you are half effective for the drinking process.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be careful to not accidentally diablerize anyone right now.
Blood bond? I am unbondable.
No. Not to. If you drain a human dry, they become a vampire. If you drain a vampire dry, well, that's how you move up a generation.
Okay.
Ray will not drain Genevieve dry.
No.
We're making sure.
But we're going to see if Ray tries. So, Ray, I need you to make me another willpower check. And I need you to make it with a threshold of, you have 5 hunger boxes marked off. So, or excuse me, you have 4 hunger boxes marked off. Correct?
I was at 5 hunger.
Okay, yeah. So you have a threshold of 5. You need at least 5 successes to pass this check.
Okay.
And now I feel is a good time to remember that willpower, as well as being a dice pool, is also a resource that you guys can spend. You can spend a willpower to re-roll a failed check with the same amount of dice.
Okay, so 1 willpower, I can reroll all the dice?
You can re-roll the whole.
Yeah, I'm gonna
roll.
do that.
Yeah, because as soon as you said
bunch of
fail,
5s.
I
Actually,
saw
you know
Bo's
what?
face, and it's just like,
Actually,
I
you
feel like
know
that
what?
was 1.
Now that I think about it, you don't have to re-roll successes either. So you can like take your successes and just re-roll all the failures to try and really get to that success point. Willpower.
See previous statement.
Willpower takes a while to regenerate, so it is a very, very powerful thing.
This is not Ray's night.
I'm gonna use another willpower.
Okay.
Oh, come on. That was so close to being a 9. Is this a 9 or a 6? This is a poorly designed dice. Whoever designed
Should be a
this.
line, maybe?
Oh yeah, that is a 9. That is a 9.
Okay.
Ray's going to use all of their willpower if they have to. They don't want to kill Genevieve. Also, it would be weird if I killed someone or tried
I
to.
will tell you that you will not be able to stop yourself, but there are 4 other kindred in the car who are probably not going to let that happen.
That's true. I'm still going to reroll.
Okay. How many successes are you at so far?
4. And I'm missing 1.
All right. So you all see Ray almost trying to pull themselves off of Genevieve, but the hunger is far too heavy. I would say between the 4 of you, there's no need for rolls. You manage to pry Ray off of Genevieve. Ray, you do reduce 2 of your hunger boxes. And Genevieve, you are quite dizzy yourself, and I need you to mark an additional hunger for the blood loss.
Genevieve, honey,
Gotcha.
are you all right?
I'm fine. And Genevieve will rip a piece of what they're wearing off and wrap their wrist back up.
All right.
That was unnecessary and poorly thought out.
Got the job done, didn't it?
Could have been worse, right? You good? Focused?
It was not wise.
Desperate times, apparently.
Right. Okay.
I'd like to go home now.
I know.
No. I'm sorry. We have things to do.
I'll take Ray's hand with the hand that's not cut. It's going to be okay. I'll pull you out of this. It was just temporary.
I'm gonna walk up to Ray and take one of their hands and try to like kind of nudge their eyes to meet mine a little bit. Be like, hey, we can fix this. You can do better. It'll be okay.
Would you like to use your discipline?
Would that help?
Yes, it would.
Then yes.
All right. Go ahead and make me... How many points in Bardo do you have?
Just 1.
All right. So go ahead and roll me Bardo plus your Insight Empathy.
Great. No successes, and I got a 1 on a hunger die.
Okay. So your hunger does go up a bit on the track as you sort of glance into Ray, and it's just a far off stare, and you yourself are still not as composed as you thought you were. And the meditative state does not take hold like you will it to, unfortunately.
I'm gonna let go suddenly and take several steps back.
All right. Mercedes sort of looks back into the back seat and says, so the pier?
Yeah.
Yes, the pier.
She pulls off and begins to drive the rest of the way to the pier.
Genevieve's going to send a text to Kara that says we were attacked by men in armor with blue crosses on our way to the pier for some reason now. Looks
and
like
she sends...
the prince has been... There's a fire in the Michigan Theater.
And she sends back a message that says, kind of picked up on that. And then there's a screenshot of the current news channel, and then followed by more screenshots, news websites, social media updates. Everyone is aware that there's been an explosion at the Michigan Theater, kind and kindred alike. As you all begin to
That's
pull,
where I know that that's where Ophelia was being held.
Mhm.
I'll message back. Mummy dearest was in there.
and there's no response. As you all pull into the pier itself, it is not hard to see where Edwin is, because there is a large trail of blood that leads up to a small seat over on the pier. As Edwin sort of looks back and goes, "Oh, great. That's you all. Forgive me if I cannot stand."
You doing all right there, buddy?
Oh, it's been a long night.
Yeah.
Well, what time is it right now?
Edwin?
It's about 3 a.m.
Okay.
What was that?
What is it you need, Edwin?
The Second Inquisition has made their move. I lost the prince in the fire. I don't know where they are. I saw them carrying Ophelia's casket, and he sort of turns, and for the first time since you've really known Edwin, there's kind of a sorriness in his gaze. He says, "So, shit is fucked."
That's a word. That's a phrase for it.
That's just what you said. Looking at Victoria.
Victoria's gonna. Oh, is that it is? Victoria's gonna step close enough. She's gonna step closer to Edwin, not to be like right up on him, but basically she wants to step forward enough so the rest of the coterie cannot see her hands, and she's going to sign. What did the numbers mean?
And you see that he pulls out a phone in a manila envelope that looks familiar to Fee as they catch a glimpse of it. And you see that it is prompted for a 4-digit code.
What are you doing with that?
Stares at you, Victoria.
Take it. Oh, take the phone and the envelope if both are offered.
The envelope would be empty. He wouldn't have the envelope.
Oh, okay. No, just the phone. Okay, so she'll take it. Again, kind of tie it in her hands. Type in the code quickly.
And it unlocks. And you see what must be a fairly old picture of a young black man standing there with his daughter. Looks like it's probably from the 80s, 70s. They're smiling wide, which is not a face you're used to seeing on Jackson King, as he sort of throws up a peace sign in the picture. And there are no applications on the phone outside of the message application, which you open. And the last text that was sent, it is currently updating from your side of the phone, as though you were the one typing out and sending these messages. I need you to make me an intelligence and technology roll.
I was with you right up until you said technology. All right, I can do that.
Remember, you can spend willpower to reroll any failed roll.
In this case, you probably will if necessary. She will be setting a one willpower.
Okay.
One more.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a total of 4 successes.
Right. With
Well, now
4
I'm remembering
successes.
that 2 of them are hunger. No, wait, no, never mind. What? So it'll be a messy critical.
Okay. So you are reminded of Lyman's voice saying he really needs to keep better trace of his technology. And you quickly surmise that the text messages are being sent. This phone is linked to the phone that Jackson has. And he's currently talking to a number that you don't recognize that says, "How did it go?" To which he replies, "As well as can be expected. The main target was hit. What about you?" And the number responds, "Could have gone better. Turns out their leader's Lasombran." And Jackson replies back, "Of course. Always casualties. Gotta break a few eggs, I guess." And there's a pause in the conversation. And since you got a messy critical, the beast's voice goes into your ears, ever aggressive, and says, "Call the number. Betrayal."
Do I still have the will to resist?
You're not forced whatsoever.
Okay, I just hear that voice in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess. And then she'll kind of look at Edwin to see, basically just like trying to figure out, just like, does Edwin already know that this?
You see, as soon as you look at Edwin, you can tell he's immediately trying to read your face.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll composure and...
That I can do.
Let's call this composure and resolve.
Okay. I am okay with those. So by me being okay with that, I meant, oh no.
Yeah.
She did not succeed. And
Did you?
One of those
okay.
was the one on the hunger die.
So you move up on the hunger scale, and how many hunger boxes is that for you?
Oh boy, it's not 5.
Okay. So as you are locking eyes with Edwin, he smells very good.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
He looks at you and he goes, "I really hate your sire."
Is that? We are on accord at the moment.
And he very shakily stands up and rips open the top 4 buttons of his suit jacket and says, "Stop looking at me like that and just feed."
Is it?
She's going to whip her head around, looking at the rest of them, and basically go, "Leave now."
He throws up their hands and just walks away. Everybody making fucking mistakes tonight. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna look at Victoria
I'm
and
back
say,
in town for one day.
Careful you don't fall off the rope, sweetie. And then move.
I kind of hold my hand up like I'm about to say something, and then I just kind of let it down and I turn and I walk away.
I'll go over to where Luna is.
I'm assuming Minerva shuttles Ray along.
Yeah, I just wanna like, I don't know, pat, hug, hold hand. Yeah.
Ray is semi-catatonic at this point. It's just going about in a haze.
I'll just squeeze. We're just gonna walk over here for a second. Well, look out over the pier. Let's look at the water. I can name all the
As
fish.
you begin to feed on Edwin,
Before she does that, she does want to say one thing if she has to walk
go
off.
ahead.
She's like,
Absolutely.
if it makes you feel any better, this is not the first taste of you I imagined I'd have. And then goes to feeding.
And then, as you are, he says, "Do you remember the first time we met?" No, you wouldn't. You were out of it. I got sent to make sure you didn't kill anyone, and you broke my nose. I didn't see anything so ferocious and beastly in such a newborn in a long time. But when you mentioned your family, I just saw a woman who was scared. And you both just sit there in silence afterward as the camera pans up and away from the 6 kindred who are sitting in wait. Go ahead.
May I do something before that?
100%.
I'll catch up with Luna as we're leaving, as we're sort of like scattering, and I'll hand her a piece of paper with my phone number on it. Which phone number? No, fuck it, both of them, with both phone numbers on it. And I'll say, whether it's you or Oswin, sure, Oswin. I'd love to talk to you more.
I'm gonna take the piece of paper and pause and then start to tuck it into my pocket, feel the other piece of paper in there, take my hand back out and hand the paper back.
Oh?
And then I'm gonna turn to the little group of people that are not on that little bench scenario and ask, who needs to eat normally?
Like human food or
Like
Are-
not consuming other kindred.
I mean, I could go
Well,
for
they're
a bag
attacked
of
right
blood,
now.
personally.
like Ray, he's not.
I think
Yeah.
Ray's done for the night, but
But we've stuff out. I guess kind of.
Okay. And then I'm gonna do the thing where I call some of the followers to me for a little snack.
All right.
well, keep this anyways, honey. Only one is a business number.
I'll take it and I'll put it in my other pocket.
Wonderful. You all.
Do you not know the purpose of a burner phone?
Nope.
As you all begin to satiate your hunger in the various ways that you do, the camera pans up from the pier, leaving all 6 of these kindred wondering exactly what the future will hold before it descends down and down and down, deep below Detroit, in a pristine white facility with lab coats hanging and the large stomping of boots through as 4 men dressed in similar garbs carry this large coffin that they set down in a quiet room before the coffin shudders and is opened and the slowly sleeping body of Ophelia sits there, and the lights turned on, and you hear someone say, "Well, monster, it appears you're going to have company for a while." And you all hear, as the light turns back off, you hear the flick of a lighter and see an orange glow before the camera cuts to black. And that is where we're going to end this season of Under the Pale Cold Sun. How we feeling,
All right.
gamers?
I don't like you.
Press.
Babe!
I mean, I like you, but I don't like you.
What?
D. Good
I mean,
job.
to be fair,
I'm not even mad.
some of that was done to ourselves, you know?
I don't take
vibing.
responsibility for my own actions. Do you know me?
Yes, I do.
Who
Very
the
good.
fucking hell was on the other end of that text message? Who's?
Those are things that you guys can
Whomst.
all figure out
Who must
in
have?
the 2 weeks that we're going to be gone before season 2 premieres.
Yeah.
I got a gift from work that is just chocolate,
And you're just
and
gonna
I'm gonna
eat
eat
chocolate.
that chocolate.
I've got 2 boxes of baked goods sitting on my desk right now, and I'm just gonna plow through those probably.
Just
after
gonna
this
drink my
ends.
I
Vitae,
have
my
I
cranberry
haven't-
Vitae.
I have a milkshake made out of a cupcake, a chocolate lava cake,
Ooh.
and a piece of not Godiva,
Fuck,
tuxedo.
I'm coming over.
Cheesecake?
Oh, I have Godiva.
Let me just go
Not
ahead and
sponsored. Hashtag
point
not
this
sponsored.
at my table over
Of
there.
baked goods.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that we
Wait,
all prepared for this by having some kind of sweet.
I have a container full of Takis. Well, it's not really full anymore, but
Kelsey, how are you, love?
Confused.
Luna,
I mean, same.
Hey D, I have a question.
yes, BB?
What the fuck?
What?
I have a
What
follow-up
the
question.
No.
Why the fuck?
Mm.
Y'all
good
Follow-up
question.
question. How dare you?
Oh, I have no questions. We will be having a talk later.
You'll be all right. Hey,
I don't have any questions. Just a
with
statement.
all of that considered, I will say this. With all of that
good
considered,
end.
Victoria definitely dodged her bad end, because Victoria was on a path to a bad end, and she definitely dodged that. So,
Oh, did I ever get my boon?
I didn't see that you redeemed a boon. Your boon.
Oh no, I didn't. Somebody
Did we
did.
ever get my
Luna.
bane?
Was redeemed for you. Oh,
Oh, we got our bane.
you got your bane.
Oh,
You
okay.
got your bane.
Cool. For the lulls.
Originally, it wasn't just going to be Edwin at the pier, and then Bane. So it was just Edwin.
Thanks, Fee. Or I guess in that case, Rowan.
It's for the lulls.
You got a weird definition of that.
Yeah, the
We all know that Rowan is the purest drama llama.
I mean, like, I love a bit of chaos.
It
but
feeds my soul.
It feeds your soul?
Hey,
I'm gonna kill you.
Give us
I'm
You have to
already
come to
planning
Canada
things for next
first.
session.
yeah,
That's fine.
no, I'm like, that journal I got, I should spend some time trying to dick around with that.
probably.
Oh, I have a conversation that I want to have with someone in this group.
Ooh, who's that? You want to say on stream? You want to give some hints? Tell us your secrets.
Tell us your secrets.
It's definitely someone who has been kind to me. How about that?
Oh, so not Fee.
He hasn't been bad. It's definitely not Victoria.
Yeah, I was gonna say Victoria for sure.
Look, to be relatively speaking, she was trying to be nice. It's like, look, I know hedonist with you can deal with eating a person. Professor, you cannot. That's what she was trying to get you to switch.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm very aware of that.
Fair enough.
But you know,
It is what it is.
Accent.
Ray almost went into a blood frenzy.
Wow.
Almost, baby.
If Ray attacked Mercedes, Fee was going to stake them.
There's
That
going to be
would've been
problems.
bad.
I was wondering if you could feed up another vampire or not. That's why I was asking. I was
Yes.
like,
So-
ow,
Yes, you can.
That's what we call Diablo Ray.
Not advised.
Feeding off of another kindred is wildly, deeply forbidden. It is a fourth as effective as human blood, whereas animal blood is half as effective. Yeah, fourth is effective for most people. For some people, it's the only thing that works.
So the predator type blood leech, that's like super no then, right?
It's not something that you would want to be public information. No.
Sure wouldn't.
Sure wouldn't.
All right.
It's a shame that somebody who's not part of the coterie just saw that.
Okay, so we are
I'm
still
sure there will
live
be
on the
zero
internet.
repercussions.
We are, yes.
Let's go around the table and do some outros, and let's also get your favorite moment of the season.
A season?
Of the
Season?
season.
That's a
The
difficult
whole
Both of you should
question.
assume I
I
remember
don't-
anything.
I don't remember the other episodes, D. I don't have object permanence.
Then you'll have to pick one from this episode.
Oh,
This
Oh
is-
yeah,
that's part
because
of
I
the
was
season.
so pleased with everything that happened in this episode. Not a
Yeah,
single
you were.
thing made me frustrated or afraid. Not a single
Thank you.
thing.
Rowan,
I'm
I
so
feel like you
glad
should
to
be
hear
perfectly
that.
honest what one of your favorites of the season should be.
Starting with the lovely Kelsey, our wonderful guest.
Yes, Kelsey. Woo!
Hi. I'm Kelsey. Since I forgot to say at the beginning, my pronouns are she, her, and tonight I was playing Luna, whose pronouns are she, they. I kind of do other things on the internet. You can find me on Twitter as crochet_BBY. And you can find me here on Twitch, being a chat gremlin. As a crotchety old woman. You can also find me on TikTok under that name, except with periods instead of underscores. I do crochet and embroidery things, and I do this now, so that's fun.
I have
and
a
my
friend that I'm going to
favorite-
recommend that to.
My favorite moment from the season. There's a lot of moments. It's a lot of game time. I'm gonna go with the scene between Fee and Mercedes back at that apartment. I wasn't expecting that. I thought that was really cool, and I enjoyed that moment. So that's my pick.
Dope. Moving right along down to the ever lovely Rowan. Who have you been playing this season? Where can we find you? And what's your favorite moment?
Well, thank you for joining us, lovely people. I have been Rowan, and for tonight, I have also been Fiorentino de Calza, resident Toreador, who just doesn't want to be here. You can find me on Twitter as @RedWhiteRP. I am a writer, streamer, sensitivity reader, professional dice cruncher. On every other Monday, you can find me over on Everybody Crits for X Millennials, an AU X-Men Mutants and Masterminds game in which I play All-American Boy / Lightbulb Marcus Masters, who is relentlessly bullied by his classmates. Thursday, no, we're on a break. My over on Chromatic Chimera, I run a cyberpunk, a Greek mythology-inspired cyberpunk game that is currently on hiatus as we work to find a system not so heavily associated with transphobia and bigotry and all things anti-cyberpunk. on this Saturday over on Chromatic Chimera at 2 p.m. Eastern Time will be the series finale of Mysteries of the Mojave, a Monster of the Week game featuring an all trans, non-binary, GNC, etc. cast. I think that's all I'm doing at the moment. My calendar seems to confirm that suspicion. My favorite moment of the season/episode, because as previously stated, I do not have object permanence. Thanks, ADHD. My favorite moment of the episode was Mercedes being the badass that we truly knew she deserved to be. And just, having that confirmed was pretty nice. Yeah.
It was the redemption
And-
we sought after based me like a sexy with your words like a sexy turkey.
Exactly. Like what a hero's journey we've gone on right
That's
here.
what I thought your role was going to be. I'm just like, base me like a sexy turkey, obviously.
Listen, it
Yeah.
was a good one. It was a good one. I didn't wanna copy Kelsey, so I went with something a little more recent. But that has been me. Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited to see you again for season 2 in just a couple weeks. But until then, I'm going to throw it down this way to my lovely friend Alicia.
Oh, hi, that's me. Hey,
Alicia, you're
I'm
cute.
Alicia. I will fight you about that later. Hi,
But it's right.
you know what? I don't have to take this. I'm Alicia. I'm NG9 on Twitch where I swear and pun a whole bunch, playing a lot of Hollow Knight, dying a lot. Let's see. You can also typically find me over on Dicey Amazons, typically on Saturdays for Vibrant Legends games. If you want an exact time, please refer to their Twitter because I'm real bad at time zones. In terms of my favorite moment of the season, I'm going to cheat a little bit and pick my favorite comedic moment and my favorite dramatic moment because screw your rules, I'm a kindred. Favorite comedic moment is basically holding Ray back with one hand while they were trying to get that note from me. Just, you're going to hurt yourself. Stop it. And for a more dramatic or more serious moment, it was It was the moment in the car with Genevieve, where she was sort of stuck in the past, and called me her daughter's name, I believe it was. Yeah, and just deciding to go along with it. So there we go. Obviously, I'm also here at times. So yeah, follow me or don't. I don't know.
Oh, you definitely should.
Yeah, definitely follow Alicia. She's my squishy. And
That part's
moving
true.
on to next up, one of my favorite Canadians, Beauregard.
You only say that because you only know like 3. Not even denying it. My name's Beau, or Beauregard. I've been playing Ray. Ray's in a sad place right now. Ray's gonna hide for a minute. Yeah, you can find me here or on Twitter at Dorky Teacher, or on my recently launched a Twitch channel where on Sundays I read Frankenstein, and it's super nice and wholesome, and I definitely don't screw up words or skip lines. That's never happened once on the one stream that I ever did. I might be streaming some games as well. I'm thinking about, since I have some free time, because some game companies are not great. I might be doing a stream tomorrow where I play a fun little game based on. My plan is to go through my Steam wish list, or not my wish list, but my Steam playlist, and just get through all my games. And first one on the list is 80 Days, which is based on the Jules Verne Around the World in 80 Days. So that's cool. So I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, now that I've announced it. Other than that, you can find me here, Chromatic Chimera, whenever our lovely game comes back. And some stuff in the future? Maybe? Who knows? Favorite moment of the season. I'm going to not cheat, but I'm going to pick a moment that's been building over time, and it's only going to get better. and that is the growing friendship between Ray and Minerva. It is so cute, and I love every second of it. And it's but like Professor Ray and Minerva, like that works already. Like they're both very nerdy, but it's the little bit harder one of Hedonist Ray and Minerva that is a little bit more frictiony,
Baby, and then more
gonna grow on ya.
baby. Just sort of.
I
different
love
kind
how
of baby.
Minerva is just like also not that cemented. Like she's also super new to being a kindred, but she's the one who's like keeps going to Ray and go, Ray, you can't just stop. Like
You just do that, Ray.
I mean,
You can just ask for someone why they're white.
See,
Uh,
Minerva wants to prevent Ray from making mistakes. Victoria's all about no, make the mistakes since you don't want to listen to me anyway. You'll learn.
Speaking of Minerva, next up we have Darby.
Little me. Little she.
Little she.
Yeah, I'm little she. I've been playing Minerva. But you can also catch me, besides being here, you can also catch me on Chaotic Creations, a podcast I co-host with my friend and lovely person who's been in the chat today, Harper, where we take characters and make them.
Harper has been losing her shit in my DMs.
But yeah, we create characters on the fly and give them like fully fleshed out backstories. Coming January, you'll see critical creations, chaotic creations here on the Critical Misses channel. Wow! So that's crazy cool. What else do I do? Lonely Throne, which tomorrow we are doing episode 3 on the Noir Enigmas channel, where you can watch me play a different kind of nerd, Arabella Chestnut. And you can find me on Twitter as @DarbyPack, my real name.
You nailed it.
I did it. I done did it. On the last episode of the season, I remembered my name.
All the things. You figured it out.
I did it.
Well
I
done.
think there's a lot of favorite moments. I love Ray and Minerva's interactions. And also Nymeria and Minerva's interactions. I love my sire. She's like so good.
Wow, I wonder what that's like.
I know, right? But like, oh, I love my sire. She's so nice. And also just a dweeb, just a massive dweeb. I love that we just screamed at the phone at each other. Yeah, I think that's it. #Crunch Crew.
All right. And then moving on to our fearless leader.
Me?
Yee.
Oh, hi. I'm Anita, or Panita, or Critical Misses, and I'm very tired. This is my channel. This is what I do. I play games on the internet with people, and we have fun. You can catch me here most times, unless I'm over on the Noir Enigmas channel for Lonely Throne. Saturday, we have Morning Ritual, and it's our last show of the season. And we're going to have Brennan Lee Mulligan from Dimension 20 on. And we're very excited. So check that out. But yeah, that is me in a nutshell. I'll throw it back over to D.
Really quick. Sorry. I wanted to get this in there before you sign us off.
Yeah.
Idea for merch, because you're into doing that now, Anita, apparently, right?
I
That's
have
totally
a
a thing that
list.
you do? Totally. Okay.
Also, we need your favorite moment, Anita.
Favorite moment is the talk with Osiris. I like Dee's Osiris voice. Yes, merch idea?
So, merch idea. I'm forgetting the line now because I was holding on to it for so long. But the base me like a turkey should be a
Base me with your words like a sexy turkey.
Yes.
That's the one. Thank you. I'm tired. But yes,
That makes sense.
yeah. Just with like a big old goddamn turkey on the shirt and just underneath. That's it.
Okay.
Hi.
And D.
I'm D, or Devel, or It's the Riddler. Thank you all for watching. I am amazed every week that people actually show up to listen to me yell at my friends for almost 4 hours. It's been fantastic. This is the first game that I have ever DM'd on a stream, and I'm just real glad that people like it. My favorite moment, I could easily do one for each character, but I've kept these kids up for long enough, so I will condense it. One of my favorite moments has to be just the end of episode 1, blowing up the car, like just the immediately present, like, fire bad though, like in episode 1.
Real bad.
I was just
Real
like,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
One of the two things we told Ray to avoid.
Yep.
That reminds me,
that's
Jackson's
it.
not getting his car back.
Why not?
Again.
Jackson.
Again, it's your car now.
My car.
Yeah, and my personal favorite, that was my favorite moment, like from a player perspective, but my favorite moment that I wrote out that it was very cool to see come to fruition, like in play, is the pale cold sun turn. Because Artreus is the pale cold sun, and that's part of the reason why, because obviously the moon is the pale cold sun.
But it works on so many levels.
And the entire campaign is written around that name flip, so we'll see more of that in season 2.
There's a reason why Ray lost their shit when they looked at that kid.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's wonderful. I should probably explain what I am and who I do. I am a voice actor, musician, streamer. I know what I said, Anita. I am a voice actor, musician, streamer, professional GM for the Emerald City Gaming Guild. I play Julian in Woodsy Studios' Crimson Spire, is available on Steam if you just can't get enough of me being a vampire. I play Ade Zuko in Lonely Throne. I play Tucker Green in Second City Saviors, and we just recently wrapped the finale episode of Flames of Freedom, where I played a Pharaoh Mason. I am going to have like 3 weeks off because my schedule for 2021, y'all, is gross. It's disgusting. So I'll be all over, fuck with your boy. Let's hang out. And yeah, that's me. Did you have someone you wanted to raid, Neats?
Is there anyone online that we can raid? I have been actually paying attention to things.
Fabled 42. Or a channel that is the only one that's online that does TTRPG stuff online.
Truth.
So
Onyx Path is online.
Perception Studios, TPK Roleplay is online currently, but they might be wrapping.
No, Off the Table is online.
Off the Table?
Uh-huh.
Sure. We can do that. Whoop. Raid? Off the Table?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, streamer.
Yeah, off underscore.
Off underscore the table?
Yeah, off underscore the table.
Okay, I don't follow them, but we'll make some new friends. So let's go over that direction. We will see them all. You'll see you all over there. From our coterie to yours. Hello from our coterie to yours is the raid call for Under the Pale Cold Sun. So if you have emotes, throw those in the chat. We will see you the next time the Pale Cold Sun rises. Bye, everybody.